That the mic's not working.
Well, it's not going to tell you that whether it's working or not because it's on streaming on the one that's showing you the music, so you won't be able to see the fluctuation of the microphone. I tested the microphone before I started the stream.
Did you?
Yes.
Weird, because I have it up here and there's no music. Oh, media
When's it going
source
on
too.
YouTube?
Okay.
Tomorrow, Thursday.
It depends. It's I'm gonna move closer to Josh because I like being close to Josh. And that's
Nice.
Oh my
just
god,
all
okay,
there is
so
to it.
how it is.
Are we
Scoot in,
ready?
Ezra.
Carl, are you
Oh, yeah,
ready
sorry.
with your doodad?
Yep.
Ready? 3.
Carl, you're a dick!
Hello, friends, adventurers, and fellow miniature collectors. Welcome to the Hodgepodge Tavern. I'm your DM Carl, and we are stepping through the portal to the infinite planes. Alongside you, we have our players.
Alex! It's me. I don't know what to say, it's just me. You go.
I'm Philippe. I'm playing a wizard, and I'm next to.
I'm Josh. I play Link the Bard.
I'm Kim. I finally got rid of my cough, and I'm playing a monk.
I'm Kyle. I'm also playing a monk, and it is a man with iron skin. I am Iron Man.
And I'm Monique, and I'm also playing a bard.
I'm a paladin. I should have said that, sorry.
A fairy paladin.
Very
Kyle.
paladin. Fabulous.
Kyle, do you have a nice little rundown of us from last session?
Do I?
I don't know, do you?
maybe.
Just make it up if not.
Last time on Hodgepodge Heroes. The party rests after a long day of travelling, though in the hellplane of Avernus a day is a relative term. There was no night to signal its end or dawn to signal beginning, only constant, barely bearable heat and an ever-present sun. But it was not to be a restful break, as Dee, the tiefling mage, suffered from what seemed like withdrawal, clawing at a small bag containing crystals, a spoon, and a needle. Link attempted to stop the man when the bard realized what was going on, and the struggle attracted Spike, who took the items from Dee and examined them closer, determining that they were some kind of natural product, and figuring out how best to apply it to a body. Via a needle. Dee was irritable and aggressive, a burning need clawing from inside that he did not understand and did not want, but in the end it was decided that he would take at least half a normal dose. The party did not know if he needed to survive, and thought it best to have him functioning. After that, it was a long, long walk, as the party found out another interesting fact about the Hellplane. Distance mattered little, and time was a foreign concept. As explained by Lucrezio, the less you thought about your destination, the faster it is to get there, and the same applied vice versa. So the party distracted themselves by asking him many questions. First of all, they found out what Lucrezio had to do to ascend into the next level of devilhood. Stab himself with a sword of ascension in a lava pool. Second of all, the party found out what their badges meant, symbols that they had awoken with in the wreck. D bore the symbol of the dustmen, corpse collectors who believe undeath and revival is the purest form of life. Link and Brady bore the symbol of the Society of Sensations, a group which believes that what they feel, see, taste, touch, and smell is the be-all and end-all, and a group that possesses what sounds like a vast catalogue of sensations and experiences. Sprite bore the symbol of the Transcendent Order, those who believe wholeheartedly in action before thought, acting on their first instinct. The unnamed gorgeous tiefling bore multiple symbols, though only presented two. The first was the mark of the anarchist, who, true to their name, oppose established organizations as pillars of oppression and seek to undermine them. Typically, they do this while undercover, which made the reveal a particularly awkward one. The other symbol that she bore was of the fated, people who believe that nothing should be granted for free, and all things must be earned. Lastly, Spike bore the symbol of the mercy killers, those who punish criminals without mercy and cleanse the unlawful. After the revelation, the party continued, but it was a march without end, as the distance to their destination was meaningless. They did, however, chance upon another group who seemed to be fishing for something by the river of forgotten memories. Dark-skinned and pale-haired, the strangers were elf-like in appearance and were led by a woman who identified herself as Lady Trissim Despat. Though cautious, the party identified a potential mode of transport that the strangers possessed, and almost inexorably they decided to take them into their own possession, one way or another. This over Spike's reservations. Inevitably, this led to conflict, as the drow were suspicious and were not charmed over by any attempt made by the party. It is with some irony then that it was Spike that would initiate the conflict, that would see all but two of the drow party thrown into the river to suffer a dire fate, even if most had been fished out. The Lady Trissim did not suffer such an indignity, but instead had the river forced upon her, leaving one handmaiden the only one able to remember what happened. But, as unheroic as the encounter was, the results could not be argued against. The party mounted their new Devil's Ride, wind whipping their hair as they made the most progress they ever had towards their destination.
That was
Very
beautiful.
good.
Nice.
Nicole.
Alright, colours, let's get into the thick of it. So, as we left off last session, Dolion. Fuck. I just gave out some information that I should not have.
Change your chain of thought. Go somewhere else completely.
Sorry. How do we spell that?
Go somewhere else.
Okay, so, the
Bikes.
As you pull out the coin, having the
Oh god, the soul
screaming
coin.
faces.
Oh,
no.
We just consumed a soul.
And
We didn't.
D.
The bike did. The bike did.
Tasty souls.
D inserted
Oh shit.
I feel no regret.
This feels quite appropriate, really.
Yeah.
D inserted one of these coins into the slot on the bike, and it roared into action with a loud scream, almost like you've never heard before, almost extreme agony and pain as this coin slots into the bike and it roars into action with a demonic growl. And one of the bikes has been ignited.
Oh, which one?
Oh,
The
That's
one
the
that
one that-
D is on.
seems like a
Oh.
high
Can
price
I,
to pay, but
Can I tag along with someone?
I was looking at the
Sure.
stats and it said 1 medium creature, right?
Yes. So if you were to
Problem
have
is,
if you were to have more people on them, then it would make it harder for it to handle because you would be riding essentially bitch on the back of its
What
motorbike.
skill is needed to handle it?
It is a land vehicle.
Yeah.
ooh,
And it's dexterity to do any of the
the
maneuvers.
bike's dexterity though.
Yes.
Yeah, but like in the stat block thing, it's dexterity to do if you want to pop a wheelie.
Oh,
That's
right,
it.
yeah.
Or like do a jump or do a power slide or
That's
something.
true.
Exactly. Yes.
how fast do they go? Do you not? Do you
120.
120.
Pretty fast.
I was
And I-
not studying up on this. Right
Faster than
before I
Monique was
began.
going last week.
Yes.
I feel like I'm gonna need a bike. Need a bike.
You do.
Okay.
Well, we have a small creature, so that may be.
Mm. So
I
there's only
choose to take that as a compliment.
there's only one
Yeah.
bike really that's gonna be a proper double.
A
of
drag.
Two. Yeah.
Who's the
Two.
lightest out of the other ones of us?
Probably me.
I'm quite tall, so I don't.
Unless you're literally iron.
I
Yeah,
don't-
I'm literally.
Oh yeah.
Short but dense.
Yeah.
I'm tall, but I'm muscly.
You're quite dexterous rather than
Yeah, you're probably
strength.
quite hench because you're tall and
Or are
muscly.
we just thinking about my
Um,
previous characters?
Maybe.
Assuming that we all kind of like try the Satan's bicycle.
Wow. Has everyone put a coin in?
Well, we can
I
try
would-
the
I
second
Can you
would
try
round.
them.
try the one that?
We can all have a 5-minute go on the one that I ignited.
Just have a
Yeah,
little
the wheelie.
training.
So,
See who's the worst, and
Yeah.
then they can ride shotgun.
Who among us has a natural feeling for a vehicle that has connections to the land
A vehicle on the ground.
on the ground?
One might say.
a vehicle of the land.
Hey, I speak to the public for a living.
I just realized we're all in the water on this top.
Yeah, this isn't good.
Oh, it looks like a road.
It does.
It really
does.
does. Can it double up as a road?
Unfortunately,
We're
these
actually in
things
Oz.
do not float on water.
Should have had a
Beautiful
right.
paint job though.
Thank you.
And would somebody like to just slightly show it to the camera quickly for those of them
The top down
out
camera.
watching?
Yeah, just lift
Yeah,
it
whenever
up.
top
That's
down
pretty
cameras.
Nice.
Oh,
It's,
nice.
it's easy with an airbrush.
Friction. Closer.
Yes,
Or
closer.
closer.
Wait.
Towards me. There you go. Yeah, maybe turn it on its side as well.
It's like one of those arcade
This way?
things, like.
Mm.
Just turn the model on its side. Don't know if that's gonna work. Don't know.
It works better.
We
with
definitely
Pro
need to find a better close-up option.
Well,
That's
let's,
okay.
well, yeah.
We can just.
It's
I mean, I can
we'll take
show it.
pictures of it.
Yeah, we can take a picture.
You need to
Let's
focus on
take
it.
pictures of it.
That's what Instagram's about.
I'll take pictures.
The lighting on that's not going to be great.
There we go.
Oh,
There we
yeah,
go.
that came out okay.
Oh, that's
Just
beautiful.
focus
Very nice.
It is gorgeous.
I like.
Oh my god, the chain moves. I just noticed.
Yeah, it's an actual train.
Oh, that's very cool.
Dang.
That's a nice
Can you
touch,
refocus on
Josh. I like it.
Just to make them look a bit more.
Oh, that works pretty. That's
I don't
beautiful.
know.
Yeah, we
You
did
didn't even
Brutal
mention it before.
biker
You were like,
stuff.
they'll notice. They'll notice eventually.
Just a little something through there.
Beautiful.
All right.
So yes, who amongst us has
No, you can
An aptitude.
fly.
So, as everyone hops onto this devil's ride,
Well, no, I've
and
got Lucretian on me, don't I?
Oh, that's true.
Oh, yeah, so
no,
you've
we
got
have
a
another dude.
Small creature.
Or Lucretio.
Oh, he's
who I was enjoying your interpretation. of
He's
his
actually
name.
tiny though, isn't he? He's
He
not
is
small.
tiny
Yeah,
inside.
so
Can I
he's
just-
even.
Maybe that's
easier.
when he
Can I write
progresses to the
that
next
down?
stage.
the name
Should
will
be
change every
Lucretia.
time, right?
Just,
Well,
can I just fly behind?
I was
being
thinking
on a
that,
rope, like the
I
fastest.
could have you on the back of my bike like a kite.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I love
Can
that.
we do that?
And you could just kind of glide
Can we
behind.
tether? And I'm gonna be like, I'm on the
Was it skiving? When you're like
Skitching.
Skitching. That's not
Skitching
how-
is when you like have a skateboard and you grab onto the back,
Oh,
like in back to
yeah.
the
Oh,
picture.
yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Well, that's what the McElroys call it, and so I'm taking that as gospel.
Yeah, what's everyone's word for two people being on a bike? Because that's really depends on where you're
Bitch.
from, right?
Backy.
Croggy.
What?
What?
Croggy.
Oh!
Or Krogger.
Pillion is the official term.
Yeah,
Is
Pillion
it
is the official
a
name.
CT
Is
or a Backy?
Pillion.
I've heard
Right
Backy,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Doubling.
subscribe to Carl's
Doubling.
what Carl
Yeah.
said.
Right in
Let us
the-
know in the comments. Tell
I mean,
us.
Yeah. if
When I was a
anyone's
kid,
flashing,
it used to be
tell us.
like pegging because you have the pegs.
Oh, because you put your feet
Yeah,
on
you
the pegs on
you've
the
got
back wheel.
the pegs on the
Yeah,
back
yeah,
wheel,
yeah.
but you don't say that
Imagine, like,
anymore.
all the pirates be like,
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not, Josh? Why not?
Recent linguistic
pegging.
developments.
I think I'd be
Between
so
rendered
upset.
that word
I mean-
unusable in certain contexts.
I'd be more
We're
upset.
Carl's a lot, and
Yeah.
let's go pegging. Yeah.
Alex, I forgot to give you a fancy glass.
She was discussing it in the car on the way here.
Oh shit.
Mm.
Like, I hope I can have my pen.
Alright, so
Can I also get one, please?
are we just going to get the one bike that's already started and
Yeah.
we'll just do everyone do a couple of laps and see.
Is
See who
there,
handles it well.
Burn some souls. Yeah.
does he know
Oh,
that
no.
how long one soul goes for?
So you're asking Lucretian.
Yeah. So, now that we got it working, how long will it last?
Well, each soul from the soul coins, when put into the machine, it depends on the machine. The larger they are, the more souls they consume. These ones last for a reasonable period of time. One charge is about 24 hours on one of those
fair enough.
devices.
Okay.
That should get us the hell out of here anyway.
Still sounds expensive, but
Yeah, it's a soul, but if they ended up in here, well, maybe they weren't the best souls to begin with.
Yeah, but
we are
ended
here.
up Jinx.
Yeah.
So is this our gold coins? That's the soul coins, or are they different?
soul coins.
They're different.
They
There was
were
a
in a
bag of coins.
Oh,
like
that was it.
Big
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of discs.
They
They're
are
not-
soul coins.
Yeah, they're not.
Do they have like a
regular
little
coin.
screaming face on it? Is
They
that
Yeah.
do have the
correctly?
visage of the screaming face.
Oh,
Each
yeah.
one has a different face on it.
The
Oh,
face of
no.
the soul, the face of the soul that is in the coin.
No.
I'd like to rummage through the bag and
Ugh.
find a particularly mean-looking face.
Find one that has resting bitch face.
That makes them definitely.
All of them
Viable,
are
yeah.
screaming, so none of
It's
them have
hard.
resting faces. They all have faces of agony.
They'll be like-
Screaming bitch face.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what you want.
I just want to
Even
go
when, she's,
through and
even,
like
even when they're screaming, they look
hold
like
a couple of them and just
That
like
one-
get a feel and like choose one that way. Like try and focus my energy and just feel them and
Okay.
see which one I'm drawn
Feel the
towards.
vibes.
Roll me an insight check to
Exactly.
see what your head towards.
Okay.
Vibe check.
Vibe check.
Oh, did you know what my nature was?
Okay, that's
Nature?
Oh, from last week.
Oh, your nature's roll.
I'd say sassy.
15.
Yeah,
15. Okay, so you rummage through and you see a couple of faces that look like they've been in lots of different sort of violent activities. They're a bit scarred and a bit cut up, and you kind of get the impression that if somebody is putting themselves in this situation where they're constantly fighting, they're probably very aggressive or purposely agitating lots of people.
Or incredibly unlucky.
Or incredibly unlucky.
Okay.
Very unlucky to end up down here in a soul coin.
+1 on nature.
I'll choose one of those and I'll take another one because you said there were a couple that looked a bit beat up.
Yeah.
And I'll hand it to my buddy.
So there were 8 coins in total, I believe, from what I remember.
So
in
2
pouches,
goes.
2 goes.
Could I approach Lucretian and just ask him, like, quietly, is the process of creating these coins reversible by any chance?
No, once the soul has been trapped inside the coin, as far as I'm aware, only somebody of Archdevil status is able to reverse it.
Okay.
Well,
They're not usually in the disposition of releasing souls. Not without a heavy cost anyway.
That makes sense.
Then let us make this worth it.
Agreed.
When in hell.
Who among us can?
So as you ride around, none of you have a particular proficiency
Oh dear.
in vehicles that ride upon the land.
That's good to know.
If we pop a wheelie, like a wheelie for about maybe 2 minutes, can we get air?
Half
You
an
can-
air proficiency.
Half an air proficiency.
You can certainly try, but that would involve doing a stunt as per the stat block.
No.
What about
No.
animal handling like a bronco?
Oh, you got your balance going?
I just really need my for that.
I don't think we're going to get animal handling in hell. We're going to have to get out of hell before we get there.
I want to persuade this bike to go the way out.
Alright.
The bike whisperer.
I'm happy
I'm
to
gonna-
drive.
I'm going to get on one. I'm going to do a fucking sick burnout. I'm going to just like start driving off in the most badass
That was
way.
just
Am I hitched to you already then?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was
yeah,
a third of a soul who
race
just
card.
burned there.
Yeah.
Just realised I don't have my dice out.
Are you trying to perform like a stunt where you just?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a stunt.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
In
yeah.
which case, in order to do a stunt, you will have to do me a dexterity check using the bike's dexterity, which is a +4.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Nice.
The DC is 10. However, if you fail by more than 5, you will fall off.
Yeah, I have to roll pretty bad to
And
wipe
wipe out.
out.
Oh no.
You can only,
What was
No.
that?
It's a fail.
2
Was that
plus
one?
4
6.
is 6. Oh, so you only failed by
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, so I failed by 4. So I haven't fallen off, but I definitely did not look cool.
Exactly, yeah.
Sprite is just like.
I was like
"Lank."
somewhat like a teenager riding a
Oh,
motorbike too
God.
fast, and it sort of like swerves around, and you right yourself trying to look cool, but
the least impressive display I've ever seen.
yeah.
Can you not? Can you just not?
Stick to instrument playing.
Sorry, I thought I'd try it.
Seeing that, I might. Have you got the bag of coins still?
I've got a bag of coins.
Can I? Yeah, I think I will get one myself. And I will drive a little circle, ready to go.
I'll go with this one.
Yes. 2 exhausted people together.
Oh yeah.
Am I too small to ride these?
You can ride it.
I'm gonna like do a little, not like a Spock pinch, but I'm gonna like get off.
Oh.
And I want to have a go.
You can have a go.
I just want to have a go and see if I can.
That's fine. Are you doing anything fancy?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do what you did. Be like, this is how it's done.
All right.
Okay.
I'll sit on the back. It's gonna be
20 plus 4.
I'm very
it's gonna be like
excited.
someone riding a bike with their kid.
19.
19 is as you sort
It's
of
just here.
hop
There's
on
nothing on the
and you
page.
sort of
It's just
move, you move your companion back, Link, out of the seat, and you hop yourself in. You take hold of the handlebars, and it's you're floating a little bit. Fortunately, you have your wings sort of keeping you aloft.
Doing a Superman.
You're not quite tall enough to sit
I love
properly on
that
the
so
seat.
much.
And you start to drive away. You try to pull a wheelie as you sort of spin off, and you use your wings to propel down to give a bit of updraft on the front of the bike, and you manage to pop a
Nice.
wheelie and.
And I'm just gonna like pull a tongue at like, as I go past.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna cycle. I'm gonna come back round. I'm gonna like pat him on the shoulder. Like it's okay. It's not easy for everyone.
Well, beginner's luck. We'll see.
I'm being sensible.
I'll get on the back with Sprite. Say,
Nice.
you can ride. I'll put my my backpack down on the seat, and you can sit on my backpack.
Oh, okay.
Just the
that's
image of Sprite, just like a huge ass bike
Yeah.
and a tiny reaching everywhere.
I'll do
Making a noise like a wasp.
Okay.
So good.
I'll do the pedals if there are any pedal sort of
Yeah, there are.
break or anything.
All right. That's
Oh, are there gears on
And then-
that? Oh,
Yeah, all
no.
gears, yeah. And then you can do
We
the
need a whole day's training course before
Throttle.
we can ride one of these.
CBT.
Can I
Yeah.
try? Oh wait, no, that's not. How big is this river?
Oh
So
no!
the river is
No!
about
No!
20 feet wide.
It would mean to be able to trust you again.
Hmm?
If you went in the river.
That is true. That is true.
Oh my god.
I mean,
I'm kind of
mean-
interested.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
I think like I see you do your thing, and I'm like, God damn, and I don't want you. I'm gonna drive like away from the river, give myself a good run up, and jump it.
What is she doing? Without any.
Oh shit! I didn't tell you guys. I'm coming back, but you don't. Yeah. But
If I see this in time, I'm going to bardic inspiration if I can.
Yeah, you're on the back. Do me a
'Cause it is a move.
dexterity
Yeah,
check.
So it's yeah.
Oh, okay, on the back of okay.
To see if you're able to actually.
Oh,
do it,
yeah.
because you're not riding it.
Yeah,
and
true.
You've got to hold
I'm
it
gonna have to
out.
like grip with my legs while I do this.
Use your voice.
So do, it's
I'm really
just
sorry if
straight
I cost you your
dexterity.
character. I didn't think that through. But I was like, it's a move. We could do the move.
Oh yeah, 18. No,
I
16.
fully
So,
believe
sorry,
you.
18 would be a dexterity save.
Yes. So you managed to inspire whoever you're doing. So how are you inspiring them, and who are you inspiring?
I'm gonna do like Mad Max Fury Road, like the bard in that. Like just start like plucking on the violin, just in a really aggressive kind of thrumming kind of way to match the.
Sprite's gonna like slap her knee at the same time.
Yeah,
God, this is so dangerous on this bike.
we are bad friends. Like fucking yeah, do it. Oh dear.
And who have you inspired?
Inspire Medic.
Okay. So you're trying to make this thing sort of jump across the river, yes? That will be a dexterity check.
It's the bike.
Can
You don't have
please?
disadvantage.
Or actually,
Well, yeah, the bike has a jump. It's move.
Okay. 30 feet in a straight line, it can clear a distance of 6 feet when jumping over a chasm, ravine, or other gap. Okay. So yeah, you'll be able to find a hill, which you can use as momentum. Otherwise, you would have had to have done a stunt to try and get over it. But yeah, no. As you sort of go around, you sort of spin. Dust whips up into the air as you travel around. And you go a fair distance back, and you just sat there, mounted. And as you slide up over this hill, you sort of pull yourself back a little bit so as not to follow the curvature of the hill, and you take some air and you clear the river, and you manage to land and skid onto the side and put your feet down on there.
Oh, she's so cool.
Like
That
you
spikes
are
with her.
seeing me like overjoyed for the first time since you have ever seen me. I am not miserable for once.
During this entire process, I'm just kind of staring very tiredly. It's like, is this happening? Is this actually happening? Oh god, oh dear, oh god. And I just grip the seat I'm on hard, like thighs like squeezing. And as we land, I just stare at you and just go, well done.
Wait, you're taking us back.
Drive, please.
I have a question.
Yes.
If someone is put in a life or death situation where they're caught off guard and they maybe see their life flashing before their eyes, if they have amnesia, would any snippets come back in those moments? I'm genuinely
Because
just
you didn't
curious.
see this coming either.
No.
And I went into it knowingly. I did not warn you because
Because I imagine you slow motion seeing like a little montage of
It's just like
A
clips
montage of the last
Yeah.
8 hours.
It's very short. Oh, I thought they'd be on this.
I really haven't achieved much.
Damn it. Thought it out.
You've achieved what you had hoped not to achieve, which was pushing these people into the river.
Yeah. It's like when they show clips from something when they don't really have much footage and they keep showing the same clip, just with like different filters over the top. And
Yeah, slow mo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will just look at you with like complete shock, and I'm just like, well done. Thank you. Now please drive. Not.
Are you sure you don't want to go? See, there's a good hill over there. If I can spot another equivalent ramp on the other side.
I laughed without my teeth moving.
Fine. Well, I guess I get to go again. I was trying to do the same thing on the way back.
Yeah. And you managed to clear the river.
Yeah. Oh, I love these things.
I'm
You see that? She's actually smiling.
I'm not sure what is more shocking, the stunt or the smile.
I'm gonna look over at Monique and just be like, yeah. But
Can we like go?
Can we actually do that?
Okay, alright. That's good.
In
That's
character.
Lucretia, let's burn some rubber.
Yes, let's do this. Please don't do that though.
Straight on ahead for us.
Okay, so who is doing the riding on each of these bikes?
Me.
So we have Brady mounting one, Sprite doing the other, Dee doing another.
I guess so.
I assume you want me to drive after that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did not.
I'm
Think.
literally clamped to the seat.
I just thought pure enjoyment. Why would you be scared?
Yeah. Yeah.
If I hold on tight enough, everything will be fine.
This is my experience when I was riding my cousin's bike in the Philippines. And we were going up a mountain in a very narrow road. It was a very interesting experience.
sounds quite similar.
Very similar. I also had my life flash before my eyes.
About 8 hours of it, yeah?
Hopefully it was a little longer.
Still
So,
didn't achieve much.
as you tear off into the horizon, you feel you're making a lot faster progress than you were just walking. The wind is blowing, well, I say wind, the stagnant air and the momentum of you on the bike is blowing whatever hair some of you may have.
Wow.
All of you have hair,
We've all got hair, don't we?
but it's all sort of blowing in the distance. And you feel a rush coming from this. This is probably the first enjoyable experience that you've had since you've woken up.
Well, for most of us.
For most of you.
I've had a very good rush the previous evening.
Yeah.
This is like the equivalent of when a baby first has sugar, right? This is...
Yeah.
Philippe, can you roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
There we go. Here we go.
I feel like we should have helmets.
We are riding the Devil's Ride. The Devil's Ride does not want helmets.
As you're riding along,
Maybe some elbows.
you suddenly get hit by a wave of lethargy, and your body falls into what you experienced when you woke in the night, and you struggle to concentrate on the bike as you're traveling along. And you're hit again with withdrawal. You have half a dose.
Am I able to very quickly? That would be quite difficult to do. I would go ahead a little bit if I can, or next to where Kyle's character is, where Spike is, and just look at Monique and just ask to stop for a second. And then perhaps whistle at the rest of the group. Just like...
Stop.
Okay. So as you sort of pull to the side after seeing your companion in distress, you find yourself needing this pain to go away.
You know what time it is?
Is it? I get off the bike, very bow-legged.
Butt's definitely numb. All the vibrations.
Yeah.
All of our butts.
And
Except for yours.
I prepare the concoction, and as I go to apply it on D, I will look at him in the eyes and say, will you be capable without this?
And you don't feel like you will be.
Not today.
And I inject it.
Full or half dose?
Half dose, the rest of the dose.
How long did it last between the first dose and the second dose?
6 hours.
6 hours.
So it now has 7 doses, right?
8.
8. Because it's double.
And as he injects it, you feel that sort of warmth spread through your body, and that ache dull ache that you had just all over through your veins subsides. And you feel a bit calmer. And you take a breath. Yes.
Would I recognize a needle as like a common medical tool or something more used by specialists? Is it a like kind of factory made needle? Is it handmade? Is it something that
Roll me a medicine check. Do you have your medicine?
I do
stat?
not.
That's a good point because we have no idea what kind of technology is
7.
available. Well, I mean, we know hell bikes, but
So you have a +3 in medicine.
So 10 in total.
10 in total. This definitely seems to have been manufactured rather than crudely thrown together. But that is about as far as your knowledge on the matter extends.
So yeah, I will keep the drugs to myself.
And this time I just get on the bike and I pop a wheelie this time because I'm more excited about life right now.
Okay. Roll me a dexterity for the bike with a +4.
15.
15. So yeah, you manage to, when you feel this wave of exhilaration come over your body and you feel that ache forced back down, you're very giddy and excited, and you can feel your skin tingles, and you feel like now you can fully enjoy yourself, and you pull the wheelie, you sort of rev up, lift yourself and back. You're one of the only ones that doesn't have anyone mounted.
On my own, yeah.
And yeah, you do it, and you can spin whilst you're doing the wheelie. You come forth,
dang.
and you manage to catch up with everyone after they've started to head on off.
Feel better?
Yep. I'm doing the heating the tires move. You just go.
And you're swerving in and out of like the rocky juts that come out of the ground, and you sort of pop by one, and then you come around, rotate around it, and then speed off back into the distance. So
yeah, and then I settle down a bit after. Sorry, no, I settle down after a while.
I'm being incredibly sensitive. Sensitive?
Sensible.
Sensible. Just like both hands on the throttle and the brake, just straight on, watching my shoulders. You know, when we come to stop, I slowly decelerate, put one foot on the floor. Very sensible. Very sensible.
So, as you travel for another hour or so, the landscape just whooshes past you. Off to your distance to the right, you see another large cloud of dust being upset far off into the distance. It looks like a large, almost herd of these blobby grey creatures just sliding across the horizon, causing a massive uprising of dust to pervade around them.
Are we leaving lots of dust behind us as well?
Yes, you are.
That's why we keep going.
Yeah, I think about that.
It's gonna be really easy to find us if we stop.
Yeah. Push on.
Yep. Push on.
Push on.
Okay. Another hour or so in the distance, you can feel you're definitely getting much closer to the mountains and the large grey monolith in the distance. But over in the closer horizon, a much smaller building, one that you were unable to see previously due to how far away and how small this thing is in comparison to the large locations around you, you start to see another building emerge. This one is a lot smaller than the ones you could see off in the distance, and it looks to be pure black in its stonework against this red landscape that you have, and you can see it off in the distance, and it's a little bit off from the river. You'd maybe have to take a slight turn to the right to head towards it, or you can continue to follow along the river.
Do we really want to know what's in there?
It's the first sign
How-
of civilization that we've seen so far.
I'm not sure we want any civilization, do we? The type of folk that are down here.
Lucretian? You know what that is?
I do not know. I have not traveled too far along these places. Mostly my home was in Diz.
Okay.
Does it have the feeling that it's abandoned?
You can see some tattered sort of tapestries as you get a little bit closer, and you're riding along the river, and this thing is coming closer on the right, and you can see that there are some tattered tapestries that pervade the outskirts of it. You can't make out too many details, but you can definitely see that there are sort of cloth that was draped around it, and they seem a little bit worn.
Do we recognize any of the symbols on the tapestries?
You can't make out the symbols on the tapestries from your distance at the moment. You would have to get closer.
Are we to rest, or have we not
Yeah,
been
do we
riding
feel...
for that long?
Yeah.
We've been riding for about 2.5 hours now.
How long were we walking previously?
About
Long time.
2-3 hours.
We
Could
are
be
to
a-
rest.
Potential place to stop.
Might be worth just stretching our legs. Short rest.
Okay.
Have some.
It doesn't look like a
Some
friendly
tea.
place, though.
Does any place look like a friendly place?
But we're friendly people.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen some quite nice
I should persuade them.
things here. Some nice rocks.
Mm.
You know.
What worries me is we're going upriver. That's where we potentially came from. We might meet the people who tried to put us on that boat.
I say nothing. I say we might as well. It is a potential stop of rest. Or we could keep on going, and if we need to, maybe turn back.
Let's give it a go.
When we found the bikes, did we see the direction they had come from, like the tracks or anything? I don't remember.
No, I didn't ask that. Yeah.
You didn't really look.
No, we don't.
Roll me a history check, see what you can recall from.
Yeah, I'm not the right person to do this. That would be a natural one. Because I have disadvantage.
You were too focused on getting the bikes and rescuing the people that you didn't pay attention to any of the tracks that were lit there.
Can we see any tracks where we are now?
No.
So just checking it wasn't the drow house. That would be awkward.
That's smart.
Well, we know that they won't be home. So.
Those ones
Just
won't
brought
be.
your
Yeah.
bikes back.
Yeah.
If we
But-
need to rest, then we should rest. But let's stick together.
Let's go
I
check
got
it
bad-
out, I guess.
Bad vibes.
Okay. So, as you take a slight detour, it's about 15 minutes off from the river. And as you pull up towards it, you can see that it's completely made of a black, smooth stone. The building has a couple of small turrets protruding out from the top, ending in sort of spires almost. The building is maybe no more than 40-50 foot side. And you can see that there is a single statue that resides upon the top in the center of this, and it is of a large black fist. The tapestries that you noticed before that were tattered, they have the markings of a open hand, sort of like this, and its tapestry is a red color and the hand itself is black. The building has small statues of vultures that decorate the outside, and each of the vultures have their black gemstones in the eye sockets.
Ooh.
And there is one door made of, again, black stone that is carved into the walls of this building, and it's closed.
Do these symbols mean? Do I recognise anything? This vultures.
No, you do not.
No.
Well, it definitely doesn't look friendly.
Well, nothing does down here.
I looked at my badge. Neither do we.
Alright. I suppose let's knock on the door, see if anyone's home. If not, we can let ourselves in.
Why don't maybe I could have a little fly around and
Well, that might be a good idea.
peek
actually.
through the window just in case there's
Yeah.
someone really unfriendly. Could I maybe investigate? Just
Yeah, roll me an investigation check.
oh, that's a 19, and I don't know my modifier.
It is a +0.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, as you fly around, you can see that there's not many windows to this building. The few that are stained. The windows themselves, again, are black, but they have coloured staining to them. And you can see that some of the depictions of a large, sort of green-skinned brute of a man, and he is rending his way through masses of soldiers. You manage to peek your eye through one of these red tinted glasses, and you can kind of see through. It's a bit hazy, but you can see through slightly, and you can see maybe 20 sort of hooded figures with large, almost look like shells strapped to their back, and they're all prostrating in front of this altar. And on the top of the altar, you can see a black gauntlet.
So I'm getting religion vibes, or okay. Float back down, relay this information. They don't really look friendly.
And there's 20 of them?
Roughly, yeah.
Ooh,
That's quite a lot.
that's a lot.
But I mean, they weren't doing anything.
They were just
They were kind of like worshipping. But I don't think they'd probably like to be disturbed. Does anyone know what
Probably
the
not.
shells? Does anyone recognize this description?
Do we?
No, none of you would.
Lucretia?
Lucretian?
You said that they were praying before an altar?
Yeah.
Oh, what's on the altar?
Like a fist? Was it fist?
It was a gauntlet.
Gauntlet, sorry.
Gauntlet.
Black
Black?
gauntlet.
This might be a temple to Bane.
Bane.
Yes. A god that, well, he's the god of hatred.
I'm just gonna look at everyone like,
We move on.
Wonderful.
Just like roll backwards a little bit on
Like
the
with just the
bike,
feet,
like,
with just the
move on.
the
back,
feet,
Yeah.
already mounting.
because there's no
again.
reverse on a bike.
Yeah.
No. No, I vote no.
I mean, I thought it would be bad, but worshipping a god of hatred, oh, that's really pushing it.
But sounded like they were all getting on. It's not doing a good job, really.
That means they probably just saving it all up for
Everyone
us.
else.
Yeah. No, I vote no. Please.
I tend to agree with that.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get out of here.
At the very least, they won't be very good company.
Mm-hmm.
We should throw a rock through their window or something. No, we shouldn't. But we should. Right.
Enjoy that sensation.
Okay, so you hop back on your bikes and leave this place.
Noping
yes.
out of there.
Noping out of there.
No encounter, please.
Yeah.
Could have been really friendly. You never know.
Does that count as a resolved encounter though?
No, it's avoided encounter.
Yeah.
How many minis did you prepare for this encounter that we're missing?
None, 20.
Just kidding.
Oh no!
Hand
little
painted.
shells too.
Yeah.
My show
Maybe they're just like turtles.
Oh yeah.
So, as you leave this place in your wake, you head back along the river, and you travel another 2-3 hours, and you find yourselves getting remarkably close to your destination. The 2 points of note, there are there's the grey sort of building in the distance, or there is the very large mountain. Lucretian mentioned that the goblins reside in the grey building and the kobolds reside in the mountain. Which of the two would you like to go to?
Well, I don't really know what either of those things are, I assume.
You can roll me a nature check to see if you can ascertain. It's not so much a memory thing, so much as a thing that you may have encountered that you sort of have a general idea of.
I got a natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know what goblins and kobolds are. Kobolds are small, sort of lesser draconic-like beings. They're kind of like glorified lizards that are sentient. And you have the goblins, which are small green-skinned folk, usually tribal, generally.
Do I know who's more likely to make a deal and who's more likely to just try and eat us?
The creature will mention that neither of these are native to this area. They're not normally residing here, like they're not native to the plane. They both came here for their very own reasons, of which the devils have no idea why.
That seems like a strange place.
Because they're not fiends.
Yeah.
As far as their temperament, both are at least sentient to the point that they are probably willing to talk.
Okay.
They're not inherently aggressive races.
Fair enough. Also, what's my nature modifier?
Oh,
I'm
your
assuming it's
nature-
just +1. Don't think of-
Nature is a +1, yes.
Yeah, don't have proficiency. Well, they seem probably about the same. Does anybody have a preference? Green or red?
Building might have beds.
That's true.
That's
And-
really smart.
I'm kind of getting sick of red. Let's go for another colour. I mean, no offense, Lucretian, but...
No, none taken. Now, before we head off, I believe,
And he looks to D.
we had a deal. One day, pull off my ascension. It's been a day now.
What?
Oh, wait.
Sorry, you didn't mention this part.
But we had this, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What was the wording of what you actually agreed? Did you say
I think I said like
in a day or one
day?
day?
we may go back to the recording to check. I probably wouldn't have said in a day. I probably would have said like now wouldn't be the best time to do it.
Leave it for a day.
Leave it for a day or a while or whatever until everyone is awake. So, well, a deal's a deal. Is there a pool here?
Yeah, there were various ones dotted around. They're not hard to come by.
Well, I mean, you just said one day, right? You didn't say tomorrow. And what is even a day here?
He's our
That's
friend.
true.
He's our friend. He helped us this far.
He has been true to his word,
Yeah.
and his information has been invaluable.
Plus, we can agree and we can make a deal right now that you won't betray us after this. You will continue assisting us until we're all.
We've already said that we're going to help each other get out of this place at least.
And changing your form won't void the deal.
No.
I don't imagine he would become any more a being more powerful than we can handle. I imagine such improvements are gradual.
Are you going to be bigger? because the bikes have a limit on weight. If you're gonna be bigger, it's gonna cause us problem.
Not going to be any bigger than. your
Let's
little
go.
Fairy friends.
What happens to the sword afterwards?
The sword can only be used on each fiend once.
But it can be used again.
I believe so.
So you don't need the sword after this is done because you can't use it again.
This would be true.
Great.
Yeah, let's chuck that in the bargain and
Yeah.
we got a deal.
Sword.
You can't use it anyway.
Yes, but it's not a cheap sword.
It's also
I'm
one
sure-
that paints a target on your back.
True. We're doing you a favour.
I'm helping you with the ritual, you know, and I'm sure the ritual will be immortalized inside.
Exactly. I've already picked out a couple of titles. The Devil Disgraced or The Imperfect Imp. What do you think, Lucretia?
I like the second one.
The Imperfect Imp. It's going to be a wonderful ballad. People are going to be singing it from Sigil to
Sigil.
the second town that I learn of.
Choose your pool.
I would like to make an amendment to this.
Oh.
As soon as this is over, you do not ditch me.
Oh,
I will sign to that.
we want to stay friends.
Yeah, well, did you?
Of course, we're friendly folks.
Scratch my back, scratch your back. You know.
Besides, you know more about this place than any of us put together.
And you would never hurt us, would you?
No, of course not.
And we would never hurt you.
Inside.
Not on purpose.
But there's no reason why, you know, perhaps either the kobolds or the goblins would have any problem with you, right?
I'm not sure. I've never spoken to them before.
Oh, okay.
Well,
No bad
hey,
blood.
that makes you probably about equal to us.
Absolutely.
But we're to stick together until we get off of this place.
Fair enough.
Great.
Agreed?
He'll take his little hand.
How big is he at the moment?
So he's about 1.5 foot.
Size,
God, he's
he's
so
so tiny.
I
So-
shake.
I think so. Sprite could give him a piggyback.
I shake his hand
gosh.
and I
'Cause
say,
he's like one size smaller than Sprite.
Should've done a
"Yeah,
snack."
I was asking for the sword, but I will shake your hand."
And he will uncurl his wing and present the sword.
Now, before you do this, I have this stone. Oh, actually, I haven't had time, so it doesn't matter. But I was just going to say, can I attune to this, or do I need to attune to this, or
So
Don't know how
to
that works.
record something,
yeah,
you do not need to attune to it.
just need to be.
You just hold it in your hand and focus on the stone. It will trigger it, and then everything that will happen afterwards until the connection is broken. So you release it, or you consciously break the mental connection. So you say stop recording in your mind.
Yep.
Then it will stop. Which is how,
So that-
people burning to death in lava. they hold it and then they stop existing, and then that connection is broken.
Yeah, but also I'm a little worried that my stone will stop existing in the lava.
But you could record the stabbing. You could be the stabber.
That's true, and I hold onto the stone and I just gently pluck it out of his hand as he falls into the lava. We'll at least get the first part.
Is any of you able to perhaps hold objects over a distance with a magical ability of some sort?
I don't think so.
Try, but try and see if anything happens on some rocks or something.
Yeah, I'll try as well.
Any Jedi among
If
us?
it doesn't work, do we still expend the spell slot?
It depends on whether you're trying to what you're trying to do. Is it a leveled spell? You can basically shoot a cantrip or a leveled
I
spell.
was thinking mage.
Basically,
hands.
mage hand.
Oh
yeah,
so
so
it's a cantrip.
that's a cantrip anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah, so it wouldn't expend
So, well,
anyway.
I definitely don't know that I don't have that. I don't have enough
No,
cantrips.
neither of you have that ability.
Okay, well, that was worth it. I don't know.
But I was thinking, surely. Wait, does he have to stab himself, or
So
no?
Well,
I
he
was
just
saying, but I
has
was
to be
saying,
stabbed.
You just have to
the
stab.
stabber can also record that because that's still an experience of causing
Oh.
someone to ascend.
That's true.
Yeah.
Would you want to be the person that stabs you?
Well, you're the one that helped me decipher it.
If you're not up to the task, I'm perfectly willing to experience this for you.
Yeah, but he asked me to do it.
If you want to. I mean, stabbing a devil, all these sort of things can have repercussions.
I know, but I'm in too deep already. We know that, so...
Well, it's up to you, my friend. But if you do so, please do take the stone. I guess I'll have to experience it secondhand.
The stone? The sword?
There's a lava pit off maybe 30 feet away.
Are you sure you want to do this?
I do not want to be in this form any longer than I have to be.
Does D feel a proficiency with a sword? Does he feel able to wield it in a martial manner?
No, you do not feel holding a sword of this size is something that you are trained in doing.
What is what badge does the Lucretian have?
Lucretian said that he does not adhere to any of the belief systems of Sigil or the planes.
Because he's a devil, right?
Some devils do adhere to them. He personally does not. He thinks they're a little bit silly.
Okay.
How dare he?
Before he's
a bit silly.
Before they go through this, now I'll say to the Christian, can I ask one favour and just gently get out one of my badges and put it on him?
Okay. Which badge are you putting on?
I don't know. I'll pick one of these two.
Which one do you want? Pick one.
This one.
Okay.
Is this one of the ones that we've seen before?
Like?
Oh,
No.
that's
Oh,
not.
that's a new one.
I don't know
But
what
that's
this is.
upside down.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, the...
You have more badges?
Where'd you get that?
How many of these do you have?
Oh, I found it rummaging in my bag. Yeah. I find all sorts of things when you rummage in your bags.
I mean, she did sort of say she was as bad. Without actually meaning to say she was as bad. So.
Either you have
Makes
lots
sense.
of different identities, or you've taken them from lots of different people. She says, joking, and then awkwardly like
Souls, badges.
Oh, why do you want me to wear this?
Well, why not? I think it adds to the experience, a bit more ritual, a bit more pizzazz.
Do you know what that is?
No?
Interesting. Okay.
What is it?
Why do you want to know?
I don't know. You sounded intrigued.
Fine. We're friends. That is the symbol of the Fraternity of Order.
What does that mean?
They believe that everything in the world is depicted by a law, and it is their job to find all of the loopholes in them.
Oh.
Oh, this is quite surprisingly fitting.
Yeah.
They act as the judges of Sigil in the, what do you call it?
Justice system?
Yes, the justice system.
Friends of yours, I suppose?
I wouldn't know.
There are 3 organizations in Sigil that monitor the justice system. The Harmonium, the Governors, or the Fraternity of Order as they're all officially known, and the Mercy Killers. The Harmonium act as the foot police. They go around and they arrest. The Fraternity of Order hold the trials, determine whether they were breaking the laws. And the Mercy Killers are the ones that enact the punishment, be it imprisonment in prisons or execution.
Well, all good. Here we go. Right, now make sure, you'll have a nice, good view. Yeah.
And he'll get ready to hop into the lava whenever you're ready.
So yeah, well, this somehow feels fitting with the whole dustman.
As this is happening, I will saddle up next to
Maybe.
the tall tiefling
He
and
seems
just
willing.
whisper, "Why?"
Maybe he can't feel it.
Well, I don't know. Just felt like it should have some meaning to it.
Meaning enough for him.
Or perhaps someone else will see some meaning in it.
I'm just gonna reach my hand out. to Lucretia and say, I've really enjoyed knowing you in this form. I'm very sorry for my previous outburst, but I hope we'll be friends again in your new form.
Thank you. I'm sure we will.
There we go. To death and life after the death and continuation of life and death.
And he hops in as you're saying this into the lava, and you take the sword and you plunge it through his chest and into his heart, and you can feel like a warmth spread from the sword handle, and you can see it glows through the blade as it pierces through him, and you can see the skin on Lucretian where you've plunged it in, it starts to crack and split, and his body falls apart into small pieces as it descends into the lava. After a few seconds of the lava bubbling, you can hear a and
Did you do it, Brad?
as the like a small blob of lava emerges from the center of the pool, and out of it you see a slightly bigger form than what went in. And the skin has changed from red to purple, and the wings are still tattered and cut. But you can see that when he had one stinger at the end of his tail, that stinger was gone, and there are loads of spines that protrude from his tail, and they go all up his back. On his shoulder there were spines, his head has got spines in the back. And for everyone that can see, this is what he looks like now.
Oh my
So-
goodness.
Wow.
He's a real spiny devil.
Fancy.
He's a real spiny devil.
I would ask him, Lucretian,
Yes?
and I would help him up unless he's gonna pull me in. But I'd be like, do you need a hand?
You're strong.
That would be appreciated. I can't fly still.
I would just put the sword down, see if he can grab onto the sword.
And he sort of reaches out and grabs hold of it. The
Yes, strong boy.
fabric that was covering his eye
Oh yeah.
is now disintegrated. But you can still see that he is missing an eye still.
Still missing an eye.
And his wings are still tattered and torn.
So I haven't restored him.
You
The cloth patch that you popped on him, that has burnt up.
do you have some bandages, Spike?
I assume you focused on the stone when you were doing this.
The
Sorry.
whole thing until
Oh, that was my
until
nice
he's
bit
back
of
up.
cloth. Oh, blast.
And now stop.
You got a
So-
bandage?
As you were
We'll see
focusing,
if he
sorry.
needs it.
As you were focusing into the stone, you feel sort of like you place it in your hand and you focus and you think record, and as it does so, you feel sort of like a warmth spread up through your veins, up your body, and into your mind, and you can feel it sort of gently tugging at your mind. It's not uncomfortable, it's not painful, but you can just feel like a small bit of pressure in the back of your mind as the memory is being transferred simultaneously. And you still retain the memory wholeheartedly, like you feel like you've experienced it. However, this orb, it glows. What colour would you like it to glow, Josh?
I think it's going to glow a lovely auburn orange colour, the same as my hair.
Perfect. So as it's recording into the stone, the greyness starts to dissipate from the center, almost as if you've ever used those sort of like egg timers, sort of you pop in the water to see how you're hard boiling an egg. So you can see the center of it, because it's a translucent stone, starts to grow an orange color until after the whole experience, and you think stop recording. and then the grey stone is just a solid sort of auburn orange. It's no longer translucent. It is just a static, opaque orange.
Ooh. Thank you. Does it begin to fade, or is that...
Doesn't fade. It's just now a permanent and static orange.
So, I'm just wondering whether this is like a single-use item until I dump it, and now I have to... I've just got this one memory on here. I suppose I don't really know, do I?
You don't know.
I don't want to do it again, because then I might record over it. Well, we'll hold on to it for now.
How are you feeling?
Pretty good.
Yes.
You have another one, right?
I do.
We can test if you can record over it. Record something trivial.
True.
And try again.
But then if you can't record over it,
Oh, true.
then I've
True.
recorded something silly.
True.
Like, I don't know, Spike picking his nose or something.
Well, I could
They're not gonna want
sing
that.
the first few verses that I've got of the Imperfect Inn, and then at least you'll have something great to have on your recording.
What a unique experience.
Exactly. Who would not want to hear the very first stages of such a classic and well-known ballad?
If you died, it would be very unique.
Exactly. Collectible even.
Far too keen. Yeah.
Yes. Wait. That's a
Brady,
bit morbid.
you do whatever you want to do with your special stone. Okay.
He's right. Yeah. Let me think about it. I think it might be a good idea, but
We'll see how we go.
Shall we get back on it? Are you
it's
ready?
not that I don't think you're...
No, it's fine. I understand. You'll find something better to experience, I'm sure.
Just need more practice, I'm sure.
Well,
Here we go. Now I've made an enemy for life.
you haven't made an enemy. You've just made a friend sad.
Oh,
I'm going to do the biggest eye roll.
Let's continue on to the goblins. Maybe we'll find some civility and taste there.
Yes, I'm feeling a little bit better than I was
I
now.
somehow doubt it.
I feel like a step in the right direction.
one step after another.
How do you feel?
Feeling pretty good. I feel less restricted. I feel a bit whole.
You look more spiky.
Not completely whole, but I'm getting there.
You're a lovely colour.
You're a bit more intimidating.
Thanks.
How big is he now?
So yeah, he's gone up to about 3 foot.
Oh, okay.
So he's doubled in
So he's
size.
like size small
Okay.
in D&D terms?
Yes.
Okay.
So how you were previously a high level, yeah?
Mhm.
Is that, how high before?
So he was a horned devil,
Okay.
which is one of the greater devils.
I see.
So there is a hierarchy
Yeah.
of all of the devils and how they sort of rank up.
And he would have told us that on our...
He did
Travels.
specifically say that, I think.
So if you want to get back to your previous station, do
I
you
want
need
to ascend beyond it now.
Well, do you then need to get another sword and another sword? What's the process here?
So, if I do good deeds for the devils, somebody higher than me can promote me. Unfortunately, nobody promotes imps. It's a punishment. But now that I'm no longer an imp, I can just try and find somebody, mosey on up to them, and they'll be able to ascend me.
So you're back on the ladder.
I'm back on the
Got
ladder.
your foot in the door.
Well, good for you, I guess.
Thank you.
I keep the sword.
Well, you have done me a great kindness, and you did keep your word.
That's what
I
I
have
do.
had some time to ruminate. And I think you are descended from a barbed devil.
Oh, what?
A barbed devil.
Barb
A barbed
devil.
What does that mean? Like barbs like yours?
Slightly different.
And he sort of flexes his tail and he goes, and one of them flings off.
Oh, it's a spike.
Oh, jeez.
Like yours.
Just like you.
Can you do that?
Can I do that?
Are you going to try and do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, everyone, watch out.
Where are
Everyone,
you
careful.
doing this?
I'm gonna hide behind the bike.
Yeah,
I'll hide
I don't
behind
want
you.
one of those things hitting me.
I'll aim at the rock.
Okay. So, is there anyone around you?
I'm stepping back.
We are giving
Brady is
space.
like in front, like trying to shield her friends.
I'll be a minimum of like 15 feet away.
Minimum of 15 feet. Okay. So as you step forward and you sort of close your eyes and you focus on your body and you just clench your body and sort of push out of yourself, some of the blade, when I say blades, like the spikes, the dulled spikes of your body start to push, and an explosion 15 feet around you as these dulled spikes just shoot out of your body. They almost hit Brady, but fortunately you were 15 feet away. So they just land at your feet and you sort of jump and you're like, oh shit, that was a lot closer than I expected.
I was kidding.
Huh.
Did that hurt?
What happens? Yeah, what happens afterwards?
So, in mechanical terms, your armor class is reduced by 1.
Are you smooth? Is he smooth
Yeah.
now?
Are all these spikes gone?
All of his spikes have been expelled.
Like
Wow.
pimples.
Are there like holes where they
Yes.
were?
That's pretty damn useful.
Can you
That's
recover
pretty
them?
amazing.
Do you grow these back?
He doesn't know.
Do I look into the holes and what's inside?
Once in a lifetime, like a bee sting is
so
gonna
you can
die now.
see that there are various sort of muscles.
Lamest ability ever.
They're toughened muscles underneath. From sort of when you were clenching your body, these muscles act for the sole purpose of expelling these spikes.
If we pick one up, do they shatter or can we pick one up and see what they're made of?
So yeah, as you pick them up, they are a lot more fragile now. They've expelled quite a lot of force in them. So if you almost like if you have like an old quality street wrapper sort of thing, like the metal that's in there, if you sort of mush it around,
More like
it sort of turns
brittle
into like a
and-
powdery sort of substance. And now that the force of them has been expelled, they sort of come down to like a fine sort of metallic powder as you play with them.
Now that's something that we might want to record.
Interesting.
That is very cool.
I imagine that's
Gretchen,
a unique
do you
feeling.
know
That would be pretty cool.
what I am?
Yes? You're a bladeling. You asked if you were infernal. You are not.
Wait. Before we get on to that, tell me more about these Barbed Devils.
They are the higher levels of the lesser demons. They usually protect places. They're pretty greedy. Generally.
Important question. Are they higher or lower than chain devils?
And horn devils.
Obviously lower.
So, if D is like the uppermost lower devil, I'm wondering if you guys are like the lowermost higher devil.
Possibly.
Can't tell if I want to be high or not.
I know. I kind of want the prestige, but then I don't want that thing coming after me.
Do you reckon your lineage devil would come after you?
Well,
Is that what you're worried about?
I think whatever we're doing here, we're kind of thwarting the grand plan.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Like maybe we owe them our soul and we're not delivering.
But how do you know that the same devil who you maybe sold your soul to is the same one that you're descended from or touched by?
Wait, do you think they might be different? Like I did a deal with a different devil?
Well, maybe. I mean, it's possible. There seems to be a lot of them.
Well, half of us don't have a connection to
Yeah,
devils.
I don't have a lineage of devils.
I don't like this idea. I don't want 2 devils. One's perfectly enough for me.
You're only half elf, half devil anyway, right?
Yeah. So if it was 2 devils, I'd be 1/3 elf, 2/3 devil? I don't think biologically that
we've
works.
gotten off track here somewhere.
Maybe.
Back to your previous question. The Horns Devils are the higher of the 3.
Oh.
Seconded down by the Chain Devils, and then the Barbed Devils.
Horn, chain, barb.
And you're
checks out.
You're horned, aren't you, Monique?
Yep. I feel like we need to make like a master list.
Yeah.
Calling you is becoming very inconvenient. What should we call you?
Grumpy?
Red.
That works. Although, kind of applies to everything here.
You got a nice necklace there.
The Crow.
Oh.
I'm sure I've been called worse. That works.
Crows are beautiful.
Just because you're associating her with death.
True.
Well, then he'd be very interested, surely.
His bias is showing, perhaps.
It's literally a crow.
Yeah.
Maybe a raven. I don't know.
Bird brain. But
Oh.
she's smart, so it doesn't work.
Well, it's a good placeholder at least
ironic.
until we find out our real names.
Birdie.
Although I don't know if I'm going to have a better name than Link. I'm really getting quite attached to it.
Who knows?
Oh well.
You just need a shield now.
And a long green hat.
What do you think?
Yeah, it works.
You happy with Crow?
Yeah,
Does it feel good to you?
it's better than no.
That's true.
Very well.
Nice to meet you.
The same. And going back to Lucretian,
Yeah.
what did you say?
Oh, yes.
Spike was?
Ah, yes, a Bladeling.
A bladeling.
Are they common?
In certain places, they don't tend to expand out beyond their native homeland.
Well, that's good to know. Where are they from? Because then we can narrow you down.
Oh,
shit.
tricky question.
Quick, look it up.
Blading sounds like a baby blade.
It does.
Isn't it?
Like a little knife.
Just coming out of the nest.
like a little cheese knife.
That's not a knife.
These are barbs that were expended. I can't then throw them, right? Because they're just
they're
kind of.
brittle. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They tend to reside on Acheron.
Do we have any memories of what Acheron may be?
Do I have a... Does that mean anything to me?
No.
What's Acheron?
It's another plane of existence. We are in Beator. That's one of the lower planes. Acheron is also one of the lower planes.
So
Low-
it's nearby.
Lower like bad.
There's quite a lot of them.
Oh.
Or lower, like tall.
But
Yeah.
in the grand scheme of things, it's a lot closer than, say, Mount Celestia or Arborea.
They sound
Those
fancy.
are planes as well, I guess.
Yes.
And in... If you know, what are my people known for?
They tend to keep to themselves mostly. They don't like to mingle with external people.
You say they have a sort of prickly disposition? The
You
creature?
could say that.
Maybe thick-skinned kind of people?
Oh.
Share a barbed word.
Two bards are just chuckling to each other.
Moving on. Thank you for this information.
You're welcome.
Helpful.
So, shall we proceed?
Let's do it. Did you say goblins?
Yeah, why not?
Let's go.
6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Let's give it a go.
Okay.
What's half a dozen?
I don't know.
6.
It just sounded right to say.
She's smart.
Is it?
Half a dozen. Dozen's 12.
Oh, there you are.
If you say so.
You really took a big gulp of that Styx water, didn't you?
Maybe it's because I had a second dip. Apparently.
Okay, so as you continue traveling, you excel past the mountain and continue on a little bit further. It takes you perhaps another 45 minutes or so. But eventually you find yourself in front of this huge grey wall. And it extends a good 200 feet, 300 feet into the air. And the wall seemingly goes on for a long, long time. Out to either side. And as you sort of move along it, you find one large pillar that is cut into the grey stone. And next to it, I mean, this pillar is like, when I say pillar, it's, you know, like an entryway. It extends the entire height of this monstrosity. And as you pull up in front of it, you can see like a little peephole that's slid shut to the side of this entryway, and as you look down, it's just like a long straight line, and at the end there is a T-junction.
Well, before we go in, assuming they're not going to do this out of the goodness of their hearts to help us through and back to Sigil, maybe, do we have anything to offer them? We've got the bikes.
They are decent exchange, and it's not ones we can maintain for long.
Yeah, we're only going to get a few more days out of them anyway down here.
I'd rather give them the bikes than the sword.
Maybe keep the coins a secret for now.
Say they were our last coins to get here. Anything else we have?
Our service.
Well, I can sing a pretty song, but...
Muscle is useful everywhere, I assume.
True.
Let's see what they say.
Alright, we'll see what they say.
Okay, what are you doing? So you've got this huge entryway. It's about 20 feet wide, cut into this grey stone, and it's a long corridor that goes down to a T-junction at the end, and slightly into one of the walls is that slid over panel.
Can we throw a rock at the panel?
No.
Let's just go and say hi.
Yeah, there's no need to... It's a house!
Is there anything in the landscape around us, like anywhere where we could hide the bikes?
There are hills and sort of those jutting out rock formations. Other than that, it's a wide open expanse.
Are they quite far away?
Yeah.
They're dotted around all over the place. There could
Let's
be
like
one nearby.
walk the last 200 feet or something.
Yeah, maybe bring one bike with us, but leave the rest back so we can show what we want to trade, but we're not just... Because otherwise they could just take them.
True.
I mean, if we leave them unattended, someone else could come take them.
True, that's true. I guess either one. May as well take them all then.
It was just an idea.
No, that's true.
Alright, well, let's knock on the door. No. With courtesy and civility. Right. Shall I? Any objections? Nope.
Knock yourself out. I mean, don't actually.
Stay close.
So as you knock, you can hear behind this stone wall a sort of scrabbling and a sort of and the sounds of feet on like wood, and you knocked on the entryway and you can see it slides open, and you can see on the other side of this little hole that's slid open a very quite small, probably about the same size as the fairy, green-skinned creature with a green mohawk and little dangly earrings made of bones, and it pops its head through, and it says, what are you doing here?
Ho there, my small green friend. Firstly, I'm here to compliment you on that most excellent of style. That mohawk particularly is wonderful, and those bone earrings, I'm going to have to get the your tailor for that one, or your jeweler. Now, I have some friends here. We wave, Splank, wave, look friendly. See, we're all very friendly.
I dropped the rock.
What's Crow doing? Is he just standing there, like?
No, I think I'd nod.
Staring.
Oh,
Okay.
nod. Yeah, I'm smiling and friendly. I'm just not like.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm just gonna,
Like
I'm gonna
me.
slightly, smile and nod.
We were hoping to get to the city of Sigil, and we have heard that you might have a way out of this plane or through something. We're willing to make a deal with such good and fine folk as yourself. What say you?
Well, maybe we can, maybe we can't. First things first, you must pass the tests.
Oh, I love tests.
What?
All right. What do you have?
Make your way through the maze. Then we'll talk.
Why does everything have to be difficult?
Lost in Discord.
Has anyone ever gone through the maze?
I mean, we're here. Well, we made the maze. Well, I didn't make the maze. Somebody I knew made the maze. Well, I don't know.
Has
Well,
anyone other than goblins?
We've had some people come through. It's doable. It's achievable. You can do it if you think about it. Or if you don't think about it. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. I don't know. If you don't make it through, it was lovely meeting you. Yeah. Do you want us to look after them? You can get them on the other end. And he looks and points out because you didn't hide the bikes in the end.
I suppose we don't want them getting stolen by some devil.
We'll get stolen by them.
I know, but
We have the keys.
2 seconds, and you can see he sort of hops down, and you can see as you look through this like hole, he disappears, and you sort of peek your head through, and you can see that there's a staircase that sort of ascends, and he sort of goes down.
Nice.
And he gets a piece of paper, and he hobbled back up the stairs, and he puts a hand through the little slip, and he says, "Here is your receipt. We will, we'll keep these back here. When you make it through, hand in that receipt and you'll get it back."
Fair enough.
That's actually pretty cool.
And afterwards, we'll be helped to Sigil.
Well, you have entry to the Goblin City.
Well, that's a start, I suppose.
One way.
Tell me about this maze. What do we need to know? Dangerous?
Not majorly. You'll probably die of starvation, if anything.
Oh, wonderful.
I wouldn't suggest flying.
Oh,
Okay.
that's good to know.
I don't know.
Okay. And I'll reach into my pocket and I'll pull out 2 gold coins and I'll just like do this so that they're making clinky clinky gold sounds. And say, "Hey, what else could you tell me about this maze?"
And he sort of goes into his little pocket and he pulls out 2 coins and he starts jingling and saying, "You gotta make your way through it." If you do that, you'll be granted a meeting with the Goblin King.
And
That sounds like it could be useful.
Will we come out of a meeting with the Goblin King alive?
Depends. If you try to attack him, you probably won't.
Okay. That's useful.
But he's very civil. He's a very lovely person. We're about to go and have a party. See ya! And he slams it shut.
okay.
One way to go about it, I suppose.
Wow.
And we'll take our break there.
Oh. Nicely timed.
So we'll be back in 10 minutes or so.
everybody. It's Kim from Alternate Universe, your friendly local yarn shop. And I am here today making some yarn, some recycled yarn cakes. I get very inspired by Dungeons and Dragons. I get inspired by actual play podcasts, characters, stories. And now that our game is online for anyone to see, I feel a little more comfortable about making yarn inspired by our characters. I used to make some yarn inspired by our characters at home and our home games, and you know, it's kind of like an inside joke, like no one else gets it, right? But now that you're here to share in the nerdiness, I'm really excited, and I am feeling more inspired than ever to make some yarn. So I've got here obviously some light purple, I've got some sexy reds, this one here, which is kind of got a floof to it, it's like purple and dark gray, it's got a floof to it. There's another sexy red, and then a bright red. These were my first experiments with making some yarn inspired by Monique's character, specifically the art that was drawn for us by Dawn at EdgeZeris on Instagram. And I am very excited to continue this theme. So I've got the sort of deep reds in the lipstick and the coat. Looking forward now to doing some more of this character's skin tones, which is kind of like a lavender, lilac, lilac, in a Somerset accent always makes me laugh. And then blending into some grays and some whites for the hair, and then some blacks for all the dark shadows. I think I've even got some yarn here to highlight the sort of pendant that she has in the artwork. So yeah, I'm gonna play around today, and I thought I would show you as well. So what we're doing is we're making recycled yarn. So this is my recycled yarn. It comes in these little balls. This is a 100-gram ball of sock yarn, and it's $8.99. This particular one is from a set called Vintage Halloween, and each of the colors in this set have their own names. So this one is Ghostly Eyes. This particular set is a 4-ply or a sock weight yarn. It's recycled yarn because we get these cones, these big knitting machine cones, where the yarn is really, really thin. Like, I'm talking finer than lace thin. So they were originally designed for knitting machines, the kind that in the 70s were really popular, and you'd have to go back and forth against this, and you could make a sweater really quickly, but it was quite fiddly. It was very popular for a little while, but now there are tons of these machine knitting cones of yarn that are just sitting in people's attics, and I can't bear to see them go into landfill. So knitting with this alone would be a lot. It would be a pain in the butt, and it would take forever, and I haven't, it's very rare that a hand knitting person will want to knit with something that skinny. So what I do is I combine multiple cones together. For example, I would combine this one, which is pretty thin, with this one, which is super thin, and I combine them until I get a thickness that is suitable for hand knitting. So we can make sock yarn, we can make double knit, we can make Aran, worsted, sport, chunky, super chunky. I even made a 100-ply once, which is really fun. So as you can see now, that's a little better. That's more like a sock yarn or a 4-ply would be in thickness. So that's what we're gonna do today. I have with me my handy dandy notebook, this notebook here, and I have a wraps per inch guide. This one was made by Hilltop Cloud, but you can use any of them. I wrote on here the sizes that we use. So for a double knit, it's between 12 and 14 wraps per inch. Now that means you take your yarn and you wrap it around something, for example this here, and that would wrap around 12 times, 12 or 14 times to make up an inch. But it's quite handy because you can also just lay it on top here
and you'd see this one's actually quite thin, which would be great for a fingering, which would be 20 wraps per inch fingering, or a sock weight. I got some funny names for yarns. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I've got my notebook here, which has got all the colors I pretty much have ever made in recycled yarn. Yeah, you can see some super chunky stuff here. There was some super chunky 100 ply. Yeah, so this was some yarn that I made. That was my vintage Halloween test yarn. This was underwater, not underwater mermaid, that's ridiculous, jewel tone mermaid. And then this is the beginning of my Hodgepodge Heroes Forgotten Memories thing. So I'm using, the plan is, right, so the plan is with this to make up enough yarn that I can have 10 grams of 25 colors and 25 sets to create like a sort of last minute advent calendar. So I'm aiming for 250 grams of each color. The only one that's been quite close has been this one. I think I've got 350 grams of that, so that'll be fantastic. And then anything over, like I've got a ton of this purple stuff, will go into 100 grams and 50 gram balls for people to buy, like as supplements. I often find that people fall in love with a color in a mini set and then they want to make a bigger project out of it. So I always try and make as much of the color as possible that I can, but obviously when a cone runs out, that's it. I can't get another one because it's all recycled. It's all just like come from someone's attic or eBay or donated to us. So yeah, so let's put these away because I'm not going to be working with these. I want to work on this like skin tone-y, this tiefling skin tone. So I've got some cones down here. This was the base, the lavender for this one, and I'm wondering, I've got quite a lot of this left. I'm wondering if I can do another skin tone that's similar, that's maybe less peachy pink and more towards the cool colors. So I had this peachy pink in that one, so I'm gonna not use that this time. I'm gonna go for, oh, this is a nice like purpley gray. I might try that. And I have a feeling we might need a third strand to make it to the right thickness, but let's see. So I've got my little wraps per inch tool here, and I'm gonna take these two. This is actually kind of fluffy. It's a lot thicker than I thought it was. So let's have a look. This might actually be okay with just the two of them. Sorry, put this here. So I like to put them next to each other so I can see what's going on. This is actually probably going to be fine, just those two, because we don't really want to make it too thick, because otherwise then it won't go with the rest of the set. We want them all to be the same. So actually that's perfect. So it's actually just going to be these two cones here, which is great. I'm going to grab a little bit of tape, pop it in my notebook here. And then the fun part is going to be trying to come up with names for all of these 25 different colors that are all inspired by Monique's tiefling character, who still doesn't have a nickname at the time of filming. But I'm hoping she will tonight when we play, because everyone else has at least some kind of a nickname. So yeah, but I don't know. I'm not feeling particularly... She's such a mysterious character. Is anyone else finding that? Like, I'm never sure what exactly she's going to come out with next. Which is great. It's just a testament to Monique's role-playing abilities. But anyway, so I usually wear a mask when I roll yarn, not only for safety, but there tends to be quite a bit of dust and fluff that goes everywhere, and I just like to, you know, be safe. So
And welcome back. Thank you to our sponsor, Alternate Universe, and Kim with her lovely little videos.
Sorry, it was a rerun this week.
Yeah, sorry it was a rerun this week. So,
More content on my YouTube channel, Kim Smith Happy, if you're really keen.
if you're really keen. There we go. So, the goblin slams the thing shut, and you can hear him scurry off. And you can hear like the sounds of sloshing liquid behind this wall. And you're now left in this corridor.
Why is nothing ever simple?
So I'm assuming the corridor is the maze. Like we can see, it goes two different ways, doesn't it? Okay. Well, who can leave a mark? You've got ink. You've got ink. Does anybody else have something they can use to leave a mark?
I mean,
Are there marks already?
The stone is seemingly very smooth, like it's been polished down.
Let's see if we can break the stone a little bit. Like
suppose I could
chip.
try carving into it
Yeah.
with my hand axe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask a question about Druidcraft?
Yes.
Having of it, it says like things like this.
Mhm.
Can I be a bit like creative with it as long as it's in that vein?
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay. Because with Druidcraft, I can create instantaneous harmless sensory effects such as falling leaves, puff of wind, sound of a small animal, or the faint odor. Could it be something like little paw prints? Could I leave like little magical paw prints? Maybe?
Yeah.
Does it have a duration?
Yeah, if you could.
It just says instantaneous.
Okay.
So
Does it say how long it lasts for? Ooh.
If it doesn't specify, usually when you do the next one, the previous one goes.
oh, so that wouldn't work.
I mean, we could try
try.
it. Yeah.
But worth trying.
What's the floor made of? Is it?
So everything is made out of this grey stone. So once you walked past the threshold, the floor, the walls, there is no ceiling.
Well, let's not test that.
I've got a pack of letters in my bag.
Mhm.
Can I take one out and like write on the back of an envelope
Yeah.
and try and make a map of where we're going?
Yeah. If you want.
Okay.
You
'Cause I
also
think-
have a calligrapher with some
Yeah, you got tools.
tools which include pens, or
Oh,
like
shit.
quills, ink,
Yep.
and papers.
Oh,
Do
that's
I have
better.
any chalk on my wizard's pouch?
You have the regular adventurer's pack, so.
I have a component pouch, don't I?
Yeah, but in your backpack or your bag, it counts as an adventurer's pouch, adventurer's pack. I'm not sure if that does contain chalk. It might do.
I have a feeling
Actually,
the
it'll be
the one that's like cleric-y, the cleric-y one has chalk.
Is it Explorer, did you say?
Explorer, that's the one. Water skin, rope, bedroll, messes, tinderbox, torches, rations.
I think I've got a disguise kit, don't I?
You do?
Okay.
Oh.
I'm assuming that's going to have like makeup, like mascara and things
Yeah.
like that. I could sort of do a line.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
I like the idea of making a map and marking our way with some kind of paint or ink or something.
Absolutely.
That sounds good.
Okay. Let's see. There is a thing in here that tells you what each of the packs has.
Yeah, I've got adventurer gear here. So the explorer's pack.
Okay. Explorer's pack. Backpack, bedroll, mess kit, tinderbox, 10 torches, 10 days of rations, water skin, 50 feet of hempen rope. We could also just burn something, like burn a torch, and make like a charcoal sort of. We can just scrape.
I'm gonna try and write on the wall.
With the ink and the quill. Yeah, you write on the wall.
What, does it stick?
Yeah.
And there are no other markings on the wall or the floor? Or
No other markings on the wall or the floor.
So right or left? That's the first question, isn't it?
Oh. Flip a coin.
Or maybe we should just walk without thinking.
And then I'm going to immediately start going right. I'm
Alright.
just going to plod on.
Okay.
I follow her.
Let's not split up. Let's go right.
So, as you head right, you follow a very straight corridor. It goes on for maybe 100, 120 feet as you keep going, and eventually you hit another intersection, left or right. To the left, you can see a faint light flickering in the distance. To the right, you can hear the sound of laughing.
Well, if we went right and behind us is where we came from, then presumably we want to go left, away from the direction we came.
Because we want to be going further
Because
in.
we want to go
maze,
in.
perhaps.
We went right initially.
You went right
Yeah.
initially.
So, and also that laughing is creeping me out, so I'm just gonna veer left.
Follow the.
So,
Before we, as we start to go down that way, I'm just going to shout down the laughing way. Hello there!
you get no response. Just more laughter. It's like.
Heard any good jokes recently?
No.
You have a good day.
Let's go.
I'm going to be marking the way whenever we turn.
Okay. So you take a left. And as you take a left, you keep on going, and you can, as you reach the end, you get another T-junction. The light you can see was coming from the left. So the light, as you look down to the left, you can see a light in the far distance. You can hear laughing from the right again. On the wall of the T-junction, you see a very crude drawing of a goblin, and it's looks like it's walking to the right.
We've got a D20 modifier in the chat. Says laughter is always a good sign. Go for it. I would tend to disagree.
So there's a goblin is walking towards
the goblin
The
is
laughter.
It's sort of looks like it's in the motion of walking, and it is facing to the right. And the right is where you can hear the laughing.
Where do your instincts take you? I ask Sprite.
I want to go towards the laughter.
Okay, let's go.
Because he said not to think about it. And if we overthink it, we're just going to
I trust you.
Alright.
I'm going to go, but I'm going to be a bit more tentative. I'm a bit less confident now, but I am following my instinct towards the laughter.
And you take a right, and as you do so, you continue walking, and you hit another T-junction. To the right, you continue to hear the laughter. To the left, in the far distance, you can see a light sort of flickering away, and directly in front of you, you see a picture of a goblin, crudely drawn, and it is facing to the right. And you can also see that underneath the goblin is an arrow that points to the left.
Does the arrow pointing to the left look like it was drawn in the same pattern, same methodology, same style as the goblin face?
Yes, it's very crudely drawn. It doesn't look like this person's particularly artistic in any manner.
I trust your instincts.
Wait, 1 second. Can we just walk back to the previous junction and come back here again?
And if we actually, let's walk back to where we started. Is your marking still there at the very start?
So you're walking back on yourself?
Yeah, just retracing our
Back
steps.
to the T-junction.
Okay, so as
Back to
you
the T-junction.
move back, you notice that the wall ends, and you can turn left, but you cannot go straight ahead as you would expect from going backwards. You would have expected to be able to see the what was the left option, and as you peek your head around the corner, you see the plane that you walked in on.
Is the drawing of the goblin the first one that we saw? Is it still the same?
So there is no drawing there where you are at the moment.
Okay.
Alright.
I
So
think the drawings are decisions that we've made.
Yeah.
Because we went right first, and then on the second junction there was a goblin going to the right. And we went left, and then it was a goblin going to the right and a left arrow.
But the maze is changing as we go backwards.
It's just not letting us change our decision.
Is it just not letting us out?
This is how we die of starvation.
Right, lead the way.
I'm just going to go left. Like back to where we got to the last decision. I'm just going to take a left.
So
Left or
as you
right?
went back,
Yeah.
you don't retrace your entire way.
No.
So as
Oh,
you
really?
turn around, you walk straight, and where you would have expected to either be able to go straight ahead or go left, back the way you came, there was a wall stopping you from going
Wait.
straight.
Where's the wall?
Wait, yeah, so we went back to
Right,
one
I
junction
think
back
and we
to the
couldn't
beginning.
have a
I
choice
think
again.
the first.
Yeah, so
if
I
we went,
don't think we
then
got there.
from
I
that
think
junction, if we
we
then
went
tried
back
to
this
go
way, and there
forward
was a
again,
wall this
we...
way, and it sort of went up.
Well, that was
You
another
hit the
wall.
C junction.
Like we
Yeah,
went,
oh yes, so she was saying she'd go left
we
out
went
that
to
T
another
junction.
T junction.
But that was sorry. It's very hard because it's a very abstract way of working it.
We have a little
When you
drawing.
came in,
Mm.
you went
Yes.
straight.
Yeah.
You hit a T junction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we went
Left
right.
or right.
Mhm.
Turned
You
right.
went right.
Yeah.
From there, you went and you picked left.
Another
Yeah.
T
Yeah.
junction. We went left.
From there, you went
Right.
right.
Mhm.
As you came back on that third T junction,
Yep.
you turn around
Here.
Yep.
and you walk back.
Yep.
Where you would have expected the option to go left, there was a wall stopping you.
So there was a wall here.
Yes. So that previous option was completely non-existent.
Yeah.
As you look to the left,
Mhm.
which is the way you would have came,
Yeah.
you're back at the entrance.
Oh yeah, but so then we were talking.
Oh,
But then we
so-
were talking about going back to here.
So
Yeah.
this just
That's what we're
became this bit.
Yes.
So once we've made a
Right.
decision, the alternative is sealed off. Is that what's
Yeah.
happening, basically?
Yeah.
And we go and it puts
And
us
then
back
so
at the
we
beginning.
just keep going.
So,
So-
at every option, we're making one of two choices.
Yeah.
We're locked into that choice.
As you walked back
Mm.
to that junction,
Mhm.
there was no markings on the wall.
Well, I don't think our idea of markings is really going to help that.
I think we.
It was possible to be done. We just think that it's possible to be done.
And is there anything like? Is it all just pure stone? There is
All just pure stone.
nothing. No.
No discernible
Cracks
features, no
or-
cracks. Everything is meticulously
Trace.
polished. Very smooth stone.
I
You
think
would
we
not be able to get any handholds or anything on this wall.
I think we need to decide laughter or light and just keep following one of them.
What do you say, Sprite? What's your gut say? Laughter or
Laughter.
light? All right.
Laughter is.
So from where we are now.
So you're back at the entrance.
yeah.
You take a right.
Mhm.
As you do so, and you walk down the corridor and you hit a T-junction again, you see the goblin, crudely drawn goblin, and it is facing to the right.
Okay.
Go right down.
Okay. So far, the goblin's always faced toward the laughter. I think that might just be coincidence, but it is something. Just
Well, we were going for the laughter anyway, I suppose.
true.
Let's
All right.
do it.
So as you follow down the path and you hit the other T-junction with the laughter to the right and the light to the left, as you walk through and around, to the right is again, yes?
Mm-hmm.
You hit another T-junction, and this time you have the goblin facing to the right, and the arrow is still facing to the left.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And the laughter is still to the right, and
After
the
still
light
to the
is still
right,
to the
light
left.
is still to the left.
Just keep going right, I suppose.
Okay. So as you take a right again, you keep on going and you hit another T-junction. Laughter to the right, light to the left. On the wall at the T-junction, you have the goblin facing the right, the arrow pointing left, and underneath the arrow, you see in a very bad handwriting, exit.
That just seems too easy.
You said don't think about it too much.
What? Right, left.
What
An
does
arrow
your
to
gut say?
exit.
Well, there's no arrow to the exit. It's just written.
So there's
Exit,
goblin
right?
looking to the right.
Yeah.
Looks like it's walking. A arrow pointing to the left, and then underneath the arrow is the word exit.
Yeah.
Do we even want to exit?
Don't we want
We
to
want to go to the goblins. Yeah.
Does
I
that
think.
maybe exit means exit means exit the way we came?
Yeah.
Well, let's keep following the laughter, I guess. Well, they were having a feast.
Yeah.
Maybe goblin feasts are known for their joke telling.
So as you head to the right, you keep on walking and you hit another T-junction. Laughter is to the right, light to the left. You have a goblin facing right, an arrow facing left. The word exit underneath, and now the goblin has a very crude fart being drawn out of his butt.
The top goblin?
The top goblin.
Love it.
Well, I'm enjoying this goblin more and more. So let's follow whichever direction.
Follow
he's
the
facing.
goblin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go right.
So as I take a right, at this point you would expect to have passed on yourself from the
Yeah.
distances that
Do
you're
a full
walking.
loop. Yeah.
You hit another T-junction. To the left you have the light, to the right you have the laughter. You have the goblin, and the goblin's farting. You have an arrow pointing to the left. You have the word exit. And now you can see that there is a shadow on the goblin, and the shadow is in front of the goblin.
Huh.
So it's walking away from the light.
But
As in, like the shadow's being projected
from
in
behind,
front,
from the left.
like it's being lit from the back. Okay.
Yeah, let's keep going right.
Follow the goblin.
Follow the goblin.
Okay.
Follow the
Follow that stinky
little
goblin.
And as you follow to the right, you hit another T-junction. Laughter to the right, light to the left.
Just going in a big spiral.
You've got the goblin with a little fart coming out of it. The shadow is in front of the goblin. You have an arrow pointing to the left, and you have the word exit. And underneath you've got, haha, you don't get it.
Damn.
I punched a wall.
It hurts. It is solid.
Given the way that all of this seems to work, this plane of existence, I mean, perhaps we could walk towards the light backwards? I know it's ridiculous, but
Oh, so we're facing the left, facing away, but we're travelling that way.
exactly, we're facing the
following the
laughter, following the light.
Nothing is ridiculous, and also everything is ridiculous.
So why not?
Why not?
I don't hate it. Give it a try.
Okay.
For good measure, I'm going to attempt to play the imperfect imp backwards. Yeah, I just like it's going to take me a while, but I'm like going to play every note like
So-
in reverse order.
At the junction, you are facing the right, looking at where the laughter's coming from, and you're going to walk backwards towards where the light is.
Yeah.
Okay. As you do so,
Smirk on Carl's face.
eventually
He's like these dumbasses.
you hit a wall, and you turn around, and there's a door in front of you.
Hey! See, you just gotta think like this crazy system, and we'll
Think like a goblin.
think like a goblin.
Hey, let's wait and see what's behind the door first.
Does that mean we're going in the direction of the fart? Oh,
Yeah.
Follow your nose.
good. Well,
Sure.
goblin feast. That sounds fun.
It does sound
As long as it's not
Is
us.
the door unlocked?
So as you reach over, you pull the door handle, the door does open. As you step through the door, you find yourself in a octagonal room. And above each of the doors that are pervading each of the 8 walls, you see waiting room.
Waiting
So,
room written above each of the doors?
Each door. So as you've stepped through,
What?
there are 8 doors on 8 walls, and above each door is waiting room. And there are 8 chairs in the middle of the room.
I'm gonna go sit down. I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down.
Oh.
Can I test to see if the door's open?
So yeah, as you move across, you go open the door, and as you open the door, you look through and you can see your back.
Oh.
And as you look around, you can see that the door on the opposite side of the room from where you are is also open. And as you're looking through, you can sort of see yourself almost from the back.
I think we'll only get through if they want us to get through.
Let's open the others and make sure they all do the same thing.
Should we try going in backwards?
So you close that door and you go to another door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
so
one was
as you
that?
close that door, the door that was on behind you closes. As you step around the room to another door and you open it, the door behind you, a new door, opens, and you look through the doorway and you can see your back.
So they're mirrored.
It's like a
Seemingly.
portal sort of thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, let's test this, and I'll say, Brady,
Yeah.
you've got a bit of a throwing arm on you. I want you to stand here, and I'm gonna you stand here.
All right. Okay.
All right, you see yourself.
All right. No need to push. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, and I'll hand over.
Is that really what my braid looks like from the back?
You could do your own hair like this. Anyway, by the way, I'll give her a small object. Just something out of my pouch. A coin. Can you hit your own back? No. You hit your own back first. And this way we can see if it's a projection of ourselves or whether it's actually going to be us.
Right. Like a true baseball player, I'm gonna
And I'll stand
get
by.
ready for a pitch. I'm gonna stretch my left arm out, squint my eye, right hand back, and try and chuck it at the.
Make me an attack roll.
Oh, that's
So we'll use your dart.
not very good. That's a 9.
A 9. What's your armor class?
17, I think.
So, as you throw the coin, pebble, whatever, it clatters behind you. It doesn't hit you.
Can I look behind me? Do I see the pebble
You
on
see
the
pebble
floor?
on the floor.
Okay.
Well, that answers some questions. I thought I had better range. Oh.
You said it was 8 doors and 8 chairs.
8 doors and 8 chairs.
Where are the chairs in relation to the doors?
The chairs are just littered around the middle of the room. They're not nailed down, so you could just pick them up.
Did anyone? Oh, no.
Are the doors numbered?
Doors are not numbered.
They all just say waiting room.
Yeah.
Take a seat.
Suppose we have to wait.
Can I try and go backwards through the door?
As you walk through the door,
Yeah.
you come out on the other side of the room.
Damn it.
But you watch yourself walking backwards.
That is very strange.
It's a little disconcerting. Kind of makes your brain
The
hurt
chairs
a little
aren't
bit.
numbered either.
I
Chairs are
didn't
not
realize I
numbered.
had a feather in there. Oh, that's nice.
I just sit down on one of the chairs.
I go and open a door that is opposite the door that is facing someone who's sat down.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can see them through the door, kind of thing.
So like the door will open to them.
And as you do so, you look through the door, and you can see the person sat, and then you can see yourself through the door.
I'm like, oh well, shut the door and go sit down.
Maybe we do all just need to wait.
Yeah. Let's all sit, I suppose.
Okay. Is that
Hang on.
going to sit?
I might actually lie across 2 chairs if there's no arms on them and try and have a nap.
Only 8 chairs.
Maybe if we all sit down and wait actively,
Something will
something might happen.
All right.
Before we do that, I just want to try something. I'm going to get a chair. Sorry, I'm being really annoying.
So funny.
I'm going to get the chair. I'm going to push it under the door, like under the door handle. And then I'm going to go to the other side and open the door on the other side.
Can't open the door.
Oh.
And
Stuck.
if I look back, is the chair rattling? As I...
It's the same door.
No, yeah, let's try.
Sit your
It's
fanny down.
It's no dumber than walking backwards. I'll sit down.
Hey, that was a great idea. I respect that.
Okay. How long are you waiting?
I'm asleep, so
Do you want to wait for an hour?
8
30
minutes?
seconds.
Okay.
Long rest?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get a short rest in.
seems safe.
Yeah. So yeah, you sort of sit there in the chairs and you're just sort of, twiddling your thumbs, having a small snack. And after an hour, nothing happens.
Can I read a letter from my packet of letters while we're sitting
You
there?
can. So as you sit down and you open up your pouch and you pull out one of the letters, you can see that the letters have been opened.
Mm-hmm.
These are not new, unsealed letters. They are opened. The folder's a little bit worn. It sort of suggests it's been read a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And as you look down and you read it, it starts with, "Hey sis." And the contents of the letter are relatively mundane. They explain, some events that have happened to a very young child. They're pretty uninteresting for somebody who's trying to get an insight into anything. It literally explains the typical teenager's life, sort of early teens. The letters, as you read a couple of them, all end up signed off by. I have it written down here. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. So typical teenage daily life.
Yeah, they are all signed off with the name Rax. R-A-X.
Rax. And it was addressed to Sis.
Hey sis.
Okay.
So yeah, they're just letters that are addressed. Hey sis. I spoke to this girl that I had a crush on at school today. I played hopscotch with my friends.
Is there any other reference to other family members in any of these letters? Like, oh god, mom's so annoying, or...
No references to any other family members.
Okay. I'll just go through and digest as many as I can until someone gets fed up of sitting here.
And you wait, and you wait, and however long you feel you would patiently wait, nothing happens.
Alright. If anyone wants to roll hit dice for any
But yeah,
injuries.
you do get a short rest. It's safe, yeah?
I think... Did anyone take any hits in the...
I don't think so.
The off
Do I feel like some of my magical abilities return to me?
Did you cast the spell?
I cast 2.
You cast 2? Yes, you gain the feature of Arcane Recovery, I think it's called.
Do you have that on level 1?
Thank you. Yeah.
Ooh!
Do I regain my spikes?
Oh.
Ah.
That's a cool question.
You've got some dust in your holes.
Please don't blow in them.
Oh.
Does it go like...
Be like strangely intimate.
Sorry. I thought I was helping. I suppose I should ask first.
But then you mentioned
your
one in the
spikes are not
band.
reroute.
What's it called?
Panpipes.
Yeah.
Play like I've got some panpipe. No, I've got
You
a.
can, the two of you blow on different arms.
I'd rather you not go anywhere near me.
Just an idea. Pass the time.
So how long are you waiting for?
I think we're waiting an hour
Yeah.
for
An hour?
a short
Okay.
rest.
Philippe, can you roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh no!
You are our clock. It's great. It's the only
Yeah.
way we know what day it is.
Yeah! It's great.
15.
So you start to feel your body, almost weaken, and you have that sort of craving in the back of your head. But whilst you're sat here and you're sort of focusing and trying to think of a way to get out of here or whatever it is you're doing, you manage to fight the urge. You do not need to. You're not overwhelmed by the urge to consume your product.
I'll make a note that another 6 hours have passed. And leave it at that.
What happens if I go back to the door that we came into?
You open it up, and the door on the opposite side opens up, and you can see yourself through it.
Oh.
So there's no way out.
Is there any-
I'll I'll get up and start opening all the doors.
Okay, so you open the first one,
That's gonna be
and
trippy.
as you look behind you, you can see that door opens, and you move to your right or left, doesn't really matter. You open it up, the door opposite, so now you've got 4 doors open. You open another, you've got 6 doors. As you open the last door, that door opens, but you do not see yourself behind on the other door. And as you look through all of the doors, you can see that they actually seem to go somewhere. They don't look back on themselves. They look outwards.
Well done, Spike.
Nice. Do they all look like they're leading to the same place or different places?
The general scenery looks about the same, but the angles are slightly different.
If 2 of us go through without really going through and like sort of lean through, would we be able to see each other in the new environment? So we're not committing to
Yeah, we'll
going
just
through, but we're
like
just
poke
like
our head through.
Yeah. So there's 2 people who are in 2 different doors, and they pop their head and they sort of look around. You can see that it appears that you're popping your head out of something in the center of this room, and you can see each other around the corners. So, at this point, I would like to pull something out.
Oh!
If we could clear this.
not that kind of
Is
channel.
it okay? Is it okay on Twitch?
My phone seems to have died.
No, it's there.
Oh,
Oh, it's just sleeping.
we have some chat. D20 modifier said that they were quite invested in as to what the next crew drawing would have been. Also, they were wondering what would have happened if we'd taken a chair through the door.
Probably nothing.
And then go Spike.
Go Spike.
Go Spike.
There it is over there.
Is that you again? Is it you
I
again?
only have 2 emails.
Can you grab the thing that's over there?
Yeah, do you want me to grab it?
Yeah, so it's that grey thing.
Look at the little.
Can we clear this middle part a little bit, please?
This.
Yep, that thing.
Okay.
Yep.
Ooh, okay.
Ooh, setting up a map. We had enough pumpkin spice.
Oh,
Yeah, let's
it's a big one.
Battle cam is definitely gone again.
Is it more lava?
No more lava.
Yay.
It's just so weird.
Oh.
Because we're in a grey room.
Interesting.
So, at the center of the room
So where we pop out of?
is where you pop out of.
Does anyone wake me up?
No.
Oh.
Figure it out
Do
yourself.
you want a new character?
Close all the doors.
Well, but she's exhausted, so like she
Yeah,
will sleep
I'll wake
unless
you up.
someone wakes her up.
Yeah,
I'll wake
we'll
you
wait.
up.
We
You
will
are-
unless you want a new character.
You are Amy Lee. Wake me up.
And as you step through into the room and you sort of look around, you can see that the walls all around you are sort of washed. Where everything was polished and smooth, you can see that the walls have been, wet and they've sort of dripped and corroded as time goes down. Oh, sorry.
Sit down. We got belly cam.
You can see that, yeah, the walls have sort of been wet and they're not quite as polished and clean as they were before. And in the far distance over here, you can see that there is a gate. And as you look around and look up, you can see that there are hundreds of thousands of, well, maybe about 1,000 goblins all up at the top of these walls, about 50 feet up.
Oh, cheese and biscuits.
And you can see that they're all laughing and pointing and like, took them long enough. And
at least we didn't starve.
you see a podium at above the gate, and you see a man, not like a goblin, but a humanoid man with quite pale skin, wearing a purple suit. And he steps out and he takes his hands and he goes, and all of the goblins sort of hush around.
Do we remind him of the babe?
Can everyone roll me a charisma saving throw?
Do that with disadvantage.
No.
Come on. 9.
Oh no.
Charisma's my best
It's your-
roll. That's my jam.
This was a charisma saving throw?
Charisma saving throw.
I don't know what that is. I've got a +1 to charisma.
I also do not know what mine is.
Okay. So charisma saving throw for you, Kyle, is a +0. Do you have your charisma save?
Is it +6?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Paladin.
Monique, yours is a +6. Josh,
A
yours
+6.
is a +6. And Philippe, yours is a +1. And yours is a +1, Kim.
Okay, thank you.
So what's everyone got?
9.
9,
18.
18,
16.
16,
14.
14,
15.
15,
12.
12. Okay, so
The two.
Yeah.
Link,
We're just enjoying the adulation of the
Yeah.
crowd.
Link, Crow, the newly named, and Brady, all of you are drawn to quite a tremendous bulge in these tight purple trousers.
Oh my
And you
god.
are fixated.
He reminds me of a babe.
No.
DM Cam is out.
DM Cam.
Please.
No, okay.
Thank you.
And after a moment, you sort of manage to tear your eyes away, but it is the first thing that you are drawn to.
Jiminy Crickets.
Oh, Lord.
And
Whew, I think I made me some sweet tea.
Sweet what?
Sweet tea?
Oh, tea.
What did
wow,
you think I said?
I know what you thought you were saying. Moving on very, very swiftly.
Mel's just saying that's aubergines.
The figure stood on this podium, looks around to all of the goblins and says, well, it would seem we have a couple of contenders today. Release the golem. And you can hear a crank as the portcullis lifts, and emerging out from the portcullis, you see a large brown barrel with two sort of banded arms, you know, like the metal rings that you get on a barrel. Two arms that sort of wrapped in these bands, and two legs, and it waddles forward, and it's got a face on the front of this keg. And you can hear a sloshing noise as it walks. And it steps forward, and I have a little model for us.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
It's hard to see, I haven't painted it.
There we go. Wow.
But if you want to have a little pass around.
Oh my goodness.
Am I right in thinking that we're gonna stay inside this hexagonal thing? Dang.
Do we need to move the...
I'm just fiddling. Don't worry about me.
Unfortunately, I'm terrible at painting, so I apologise for everything being unpainted.
Can you focus compound?
Oh, thank you.
And can we all roll ourselves
I think
initiative,
that's so
please?
fun.
Oh, that's
Did we decide that was a check or not? I can't remember.
Yes.
initiative is check, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Well,
Nice. Oh yeah, you're gonna smash this.
I got a 17, but
Okay, so I'll work my way around the table. So,
is amazing. Do we need to? Am I right in thinking that a friend of yours helped you
Yes.
make this?
So one of my friends that I play D&D with on a Thursday, by the name of Rob, won't give out surnames because this is on the internet.
Yeah.
He 2 years ago, when I first conceived this campaign, I asked him and I asked a friend to build me an area. And to come up with ideas for populating these areas. And this was one that my friend Rob came up with.
Nice.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Rob.
That was lovely.
Maybe
Okay.
we should thank Rob too. So
Yeah,
we'll
maybe.
see how this turns out.
That's true.
Okay, cool. So, Alex.
20.
Dirty 20. Philippe.
9.
9. Josh.
17.
17. Kyle.
22.
22. Sorry,
You're
Kim.
lost.
I'm old enough to have a drink in America. 21.
21. And Monique.
13.
13. Okay.
We all rolled pretty well.
So,
Yeah.
courtesy of Philippe, we have a little initiative tracker. Unfortunately, it covers and obscures most of my camera if I have them in front. So, unfortunately, I can't show them at the moment, but we'll try and figure out some way of
You
having
can
it
put
shown.
them on the other side.
So, I will pop these up and we'll be going away. So, first up, we have.
If we're doing left to right, that'll be.
You're practiced at this.
Yeah. Done this too many times.
It's been a long time since I ran a game in person.
Yeah.
That involves that.
It's not easy to try and do it backwards.
No.
It is not. Oh god. I'm misplacing everything. I was not prepared for this.
Shout out to all the DMs out there that have to put initiative trackers backwards for their players.
Yes.
Cake golem.
So.
That's right, guys. We'll just flip him upside down and make him do a beer bong.
Yeah, then it'll be all empty.
Exactly.
I think that's right.
These are so cool.
So,
What did you get, Kyle?
22.
Oof.
if you'd like to
Nice,
place
man.
the keg golem in front of the little gate that I popped in there,
Oh, yeah.
we will begin our initiative. First up, we have Kyle.
Whoa.
Got our 2 mugs. That's good.
I look at the golem. I look at the exhausted friend, I guess. Driver.
Gave you a great time earlier. You loved it.
Yeah, sure. I'd like to erase that from my memory, but sure.
I've got something for that.
You used it already. I will.
I got some more.
I'll pat Crow on the shoulder as I run by, and I will. I'm going to attack one of the golem's arms.
Okay.
Specifically, an arm.
Because I am thinking that they want entertainment rather than a fight.
Okay.
Okay. So, would you like to explain exactly what you're doing?
I would like to move within 5 feet of the golem and attack a body part.
How are you attacking?
I would like to.
Describe it for me.
I would like to punch real good.
Roll me a performance check.
Yeah.
And you have disadvantage.
Oh shit.
That's a 2.
A 2. So as you do, sort of run on over, if you like to move yourself on the tiles, and you're like, pull yourself back, and you like try to do as theatrical a punch as you possibly can at one of the arms of this thing, and you sort of wind yourself up, and you try to hit. Can you do me an attack roll, please?
7. No, 9.
9. So as you do so, you try to punch it, and its arm just goes. And you sweep over its shoulder and almost tumble to the ground, and the goblins all around burst out laughing. Can you do me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Oh my god. 6 plus, I don't know my dexterity save.
Your dexterity saving throw
Only 6.
is
Probably decent.
a +6.
So that's 12 in total.
12 in total. So as you do this, you hear the laughter erupt of the goblins all around, and one of them throws a tomato at you, and it splats you in the back of your head.
Well, you did want to entertain them.
And you can feel like the juices of this tomato as it splat sort of run down your face.
Is that my action?
That is your action to do the attack. For the intense purpose, your next attack is done with disadvantage as the juice of the tomatoes runs down your eyes. Anything else?
Can I use a bonus action to wipe tomato away?
Yes, I will let you do a bonus action to do that.
I will do that.
Okay. So, next up we have Kim.
All right, Brady. I'm not sure Brady can actually get to the golem. 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I got 30 feet. So
Yeah?
yeah, I can
Just
get there.
1, 2,
Awesome.
3, 4, 5, 6.
And I'm gonna take my hand axe and try and cut at the bottom of the barrel to create like a leak. Is what
Okay.
I'm hoping.
Roll me an attack roll.
Okay. Oh, that's a natural 20 plus 6.
Hey,
Nice.
Ooh, is this our first crit on an attack?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Perfect. So
Amazing.
the
Well
way that
done.
we're doing crits in attacks is we will take the maximum possible damage, and then you will roll the dice, add that onto it. So it is a d6 with the axe.
Better than my fists at the moment. Okay, so. Woo, so I rolled a 6.
Nice.
Woo!
Max possible damage.
6
Yeah.
plus, I believe, 4?
Yes.
Is it dex or is it strength?
At the moment, it is strength, I think, from the top of my head at the moment.
Okay,
hand
well
axe
then,
is
in that
strength,
case,
yeah.
I'm not sure what my plus is.
Your plus. Sorry.
Oh, this is my first strength. That's exciting.
Your plus.
I can't believe I got max damage on the roll.
No,
Yeah.
it is light, so you can. Yeah, I think it is a +6 and it is +4 damage. Sorry, I think you can use it.
So it's a d6
It is a simple weapon, so it works.
plus my dex. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So
Is that a
that's
hand
gonna
axe?
be-
That is a hand axe.
So light. So finesse is when you can use your dex.
Yeah.
Not light.
Okay.
Oh,
So light is you can use.
throw
Yeah. Light is you can use one in each hand. I think
Is
the
it a
one.
monk weapon though?
But yeah, monks might have a different sort of thing.
I think it's a certain subclass.
But yeah, it's only finesse that gives you.
Okay. In which case, it is a +2.
Dexterity.
Plus your strength. Sorry.
okay.
Sorry.
Which
Is
that's fine. I get to find out my strength is
Yeah.
basically
+0.
plus 0. Okay, but that's still 12
See, I'm really
points.
helping you out, aren't I?
That's the damage.
Still 12 points. So, oh, so weak. I thought I was so strong.
And you manage to cut into it. This thing, as you sort of hack into the front of this thing, you splinter some of the wood. But it appears to have been like a beard protecting the...
Oh.
Like a beard made of wood. And I'll give you a little look at the picture. I'm avoiding the
Oh my god,
statistics.
yes. Amazing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's so cool.
So I've cut
Splintered.
into the beard.
Yeah, and you've splintered
Okay.
the beard off.
Okay. Okay.
But behind that, you now have the exposed wood that would make up
Of the belly.
And you can smell a vaguely familiar smell. It's very hoppy.
Ooh.
Nice.
Familiar to me specifically?
All of you will have smelt it at some point.
So
You
Philippe,
guys did a rules lawyer thing.
yeah,
didn't you?
Philippe just found a thing that said if it's a monk weapon, then you can use your dex. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
So
It's not a subclass thing, it's just straight up.
Straight up.
Because
Okay.
I'm proficient with silver weapons.
yeah,
Because it's considered a monk weapon.
it's considered
Okay.
one of your monk weapons.
Yes,
so,
and it is considered one of your
so
monk
you should be able
weapons.
to add
So an extra 4 points, please.
your extra 4.
That is fine.
At this level, 4 points really makes a
It's
difference.
amazing.
It really does.
Amazing.
Is there anything else that you'd like to do?
Oh yeah, shit. I'm a monk. I'm gonna go ahead and try and. Okay, so I've gone and I've whacked it, and then I'm gonna just go as it's going back. I'm gonna bring it and like elbow.
Okay,
To the face.
roll me another attack roll, please.
Okay, bonus action. That's less good. 10.
10. 10 does not hit, I'm afraid.
Okay, that's cool. So I'm like just, and I just whiff. That's it.
Cool. In which case, that will take us over to Alex.
Can I like cast Druidcraft as a bonus action?
No.
If it's no, okay, no,
If it says action, it's an action.
that's fine. Oh yeah, of course it does. Yeah, I just had a really cool idea, so never mind. I'm gonna use some of my movement, so 25. I'm gonna use 25 feet of movement, and then the last 5 feet to like hover above.
Okay.
Is that okay? I'm gonna just take a straight up longbow attack.
Okay. Yep. Roll the attack for me.
Oh, that's really bad. That's 8.
Cool.
Yeah.
So as you try to shoot this thing, you're sort of hovering above, and you're like trying to avoid Brady's head, and you pull the arrow back, and it slings past the head, but it goes just above the keg golem, and it goes through the portcullis.
Darn.
Okay. So this thing, seeing that a couple of people have gone for it now, and it sort of looks up and it sees you floating above, and it sort of squats itself down, and opens its mouth.
Oh no.
And it sort of angles it up, and it fires a huge jet of ale.
Oh no.
So each creature in a 15-foot line, so it's going up, so it's trying to hit Brady and Spite. Can each of you do me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh shit. I don't know what my modifier is.
Okay.
Oh dear.
I think you're okay.
Your Constitution
It's a line.
is a +1 on your saving throw.
Well, that's a 4.
And it is a +2 for you, Timothy.
I got mine.
You got
Thank
yours.
you. 21 for me.
21.
Yeah, that's a 4.
A 4. Okay, so as it shoots out, Brady, you attempt to sort of brace yourself against this jet as it splashes into you, and you sort of close your mouth and you brace yourself, and this jet hits you, but moves around you.
Oh.
It's empty, so we're fine.
Okay.
You take
Moves around me.
5 points of poison damage.
Ooh.
However,
Oh my god, I'm dead.
you take 11 points of poison damage, and that takes you down, and you fall as this barrage of ale blasts into you, and you weren't prepared, and you're like, and it goes straight down your throat.
No.
And you can feel your body start to heavy with the weight of the water that's going down your throat, and you
Did I
fall
go down the wrong pipe as
to
well?
the ground unconscious. You also have the poison condition.
Ooh.
Wait, so our sprite is like unconscious? Is that right? Oh.
So I don't have.
Shit.
Right, so. Okay, so that's my max HP.
Yes.
Right, I just figured that out because now I have my
Potential-
con modifier.
Potentially, it could be 10 or less.
But my cons. Oh, okay, because that could be 0. Is that what you mean?
No.
So we have an unconscious fairy on
Oh,
the
shit.
floor who's completely drenched in ale. That takes us down to Link.
You're totally right. Forget about it.
So you have a unconscious companion on the floor drenched in ale and a slightly soaked, but managed to brace himself against the main impact of this.
Right. Seeing that, I'll just say Sprite, and I'll run forward and begin to play my my fiddle. And as the bow of the fiddle charges up, I'll touch it to Sprite, and I'll cast Cure Winds.
Okay, and as you do so, the tendrils of your bow weave down onto the chest and compress into the chest, and your companion spurts up some ale and is breathing again. If you would like to roll health, I will. Anything else on your turn?
Yep. I'll let out a sigh of relief. Whew. Too much of a good thing. You're a bit of a lightweight, quite literally. 3 + 4, 7 points.
7 points of
healing.
healing. So you are now conscious, but on the floor, prone.
And can I use? Oh, I probably can't. Can I? I can't use my movement to prop her up. That would be an action.
It would be an action.
Okay, I've already used my action then.
Is Cure Winds an action?
It is.
Okay.
And I don't have any bonus action. Oh no, I do. I have Bardic Inspiration. Who's next? We've got Crow.
And D.
And D. All right.
I imagine if Monique's still out of the room, we'll just skip her and come back.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
how
Okay. In that case, because I'm ending my turn, I'll give my Bardic Inspiration to D, saying that I'm guessing D right now you're kind of like standing there beginning to build a spell up, and I'll see you do that. Yeah. Quickly flicking through a book. And I'll give my Bardic Inspiration to you. Cool.
Okay, cool. In which case, we'll skip over Monique. So, Philippe, if you'd like to take your turn.
I'll toll the dead.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw.
Wasted Bardic Inspiration.
Nah. It'll come in handy.
Okay, that is a 13.
Pass.
So as you sort of summon and muster this energy, the wooden figure just sort of squirts a bit of hour down its throat, but otherwise it resists.
Unaffected.
Sounds
good.
Perfect. So we'll go back to the top. Carl?
Fuck, I'm just gonna smack this guy.
Spike?
I'm going to hit it hard with my fist.
You will try. Roll me attack.
Don't you have disadvantage?
15. Not for
not
attack
on
rolls.
attack.
No?
15
Just
does
ability
hit.
checks.
Okay. That's lucky.
Yeah.
And you got rid of the tomato.
6.
6. Okay, cool. So as you sort of punch into this, you can feel some of the wood start to splinter under the force of your blow.
And I will bonus attack. So they'll hit. 13.
13 hits.
Ooh.
5 damage.
5 damage, cool. That is fine. Anything else?
That is me then.
Okay, Kim.
Right. If I look up, there's lots of goblins, right?
Yeah, there are loads of goblins, and they are, the crowd is divided. It feels like some of them are cheering for you.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are cheering for the golem. They're up in uproar, and you can feel that the crowd is sort of saying, Blondie, Blondie, Blondie.
Yes.
And
Okay.
you get to add a d4 to any attack rolls that you make.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Wow.
Cool. I'm gonna move over so we're not in a line anymore. I'm gonna move to the right.
Mhm.
Would you mind moving my mini for me?
Sure. How far? Sorry.
To the right. Just I'm still in his. Sorry.
Okay. Oh,
that way.
other right.
mm-mm.
Yeah,
Other
there
right.
you go. Yeah.
Here?
That's good.
Okay.
Just get out of the line there, and I've still got my hand axe, so I'm gonna try and take another blow at his belly. If I can.
Yep.
So I add a d4.
You get to add a d4 to attack.
So that was a 4 plus 1, which is a 5, plus 6, which is 11.
And 11 is a hit.
Oh!
Yes! Okay. So That's 9 points of damage with my hand axe.
Brady's
9
putting
points
in
of
work.
damage. Okay. So you can see that the wood is starting to split, and there's like a small leak of ale that's just pouring out of this hole.
Yes.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna so hit it. I'm gonna step back with my right leg, and then I'm gonna step forward with my left leg and bring my right leg round for like a roundhouse kick.
Okay.
That's my bonus action.
Roll me an attack.
Yep, that's good. It's 21.
21 hits.
And then this is with my leg, so that's a d4.
Mhm.
So, 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. So you managed to splinter like another piece of the wood that was fractured from your companion Spike as they punched into it, and you can see like another small hole starts to leak out some of this ale, and the floor is just getting very wet, and the smell is very strong, and it's almost overpowering. Can everyone within 5 feet of it roll me a con save against its fumes?
That's just the lungs.
Do you have your con save?
Yeah.
You go.
What is that? What is that?
That's cocked.
That's cocked. That's better.
Yeah.
That's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
5.
And 5.
Oh.
So you have the poisoned condition as these fumes are just going in, and you can feel them pervading through your body. You have the poison condition as you sort of almost feel drunk off of how strong this ale seems to be.
Oh shit.
Smells spicy.
What does the poison condition do for those of us?
So, for those of us not in the know, the poison condition basically means that you have disadvantage on any attack rolls that you make. And any ability checks that you make.
It's not going to like slowly kill us, is it? Or is it? Okay, that's good stuff.
Are you still poisoned?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
Alex.
Okay, I'm going to use half my movement to get up.
Oh, yeah.
And as I stand up, like my wings are soaking wet, and I'm just looking bedraggled and miserable. And I'm gonna like turn to the crowd and just go, "Are you not entertained?"
Roll me a performance check.
Someone had to say it.
That's not action, right? I can free
No,
action.
it's fine.
Okay, go. That's 8 plus 4. That's 12.
12. Okay. As you do so, you feel like the crowd is a little bit divided. In their attention, you've got like a small little fan group that says "Little one." You get to add a D2 to any attack roll that you make.
What's
so that's
a D2?
It's a D4, and then you have the result.
That makes perfect sense. That was a really silly question. Okay, so I'm going to use the rest of my. Actually, first thing I'm going to do is use my action to use lay on hands to cure Spike.
Spike hasn't taken any damage.
I thought he was poisoned.
You can use the lesser restoration version if you want.
I thought I could use it to
remove a condition.
Remove a poison condition.
You can only need to use 1 point if you want.
Yeah.
What?
You have to use 5, I think.
Is it 5?
Is it?
Minimum.
Minimum 5 for lesser restoration.
Oh,
5.
okay. So I can't.
You can. You have
can
5.
still do it.
You'll use all of your.
Yeah, you'll just use all of it.
Oh.
It's
well.
Fine. Someone else can do damage.
Okay.
It might be.
I'm trying to be
better to
helpful.
hold on to it.
In that case,
That's
okay.
cool. I didn't know paladins could do that.
Yeah.
It's not
I
something
didn't-
that comes up very often because conditions don't tend to.
Or
come
myself,
very often
but I
like
figured
that.
that I'm probably not going to be doing a lot of damage. I thought maybe someone else would be better off with it.
You're a paladin.
You're a paladin, yeah.
You're good with a bow.
You-
I know,
Yeah,
but
literally.
well, apparently not.
You have
one bad
regular
roll,
shape.
man.
Alright.
You
Sorry,
got
but
this,
I got you
girl.
back next time. Alright, I'm going to put a bit of space between us. So I'm going to use like 5. Can I go here? 10, 50. I'm going to like just sneak away.
Fine.
Use my movement. I'm going to stay grounded. I
Yeah.
don't want to be a target. And I'm going to just try and take one more.
Okay, roll me attack.
Okay. Ooh, that's 15 plus that's 21.
21 hits.
Okay,
What
cool.
damage?
So, what's my D8? So that's 6 plus 4. That's 10, and then I get 2 on top.
No, that was on the attack roll.
Was that the attack? Oh, ignore me.
That's fine.
So yeah.
How do you want to do it?
Nice.
I'm just. Can I use like any movement to just like revolve on the spot?
You want a
And,
360 no scope?
Yeah.
To the ones that, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
To the ones that are cheering me on, I can hear them. I'm going to be like, yes. And to the ones who are not, I'm going to be like,
All of them. 90% of the room.
yeah. And then I'm just going to look at him like in that direction. I'm just going to release the arrow. And I'm not even going to look where it goes. I'm just going to. I'm angry now.
Saucy.
Okay. And as you do so, the arrow splinters into the wood, and the cracks that have been made, they connect, and the wood just splinters from the weight of the ale, and it just starts pouring out all over the floor, covering the entire floor with ale. And
looks like someone can't. Oh fuck! What's that accent? Looks like someone can't hold his liquor.
And with that, the half of the crowd erupts into cheering, and the other half are sort of like, boo, boo. It seems you've won over quite a few of these goblins with your combat prowess. The figure that stood on the top of the pedestal steps forward and it says, well, it seems we have a victor. Bring them to my bed chambers. I
Sorry, what?
wish to speak to them.
My lord,
Oh lord.
toss me a cup, if it pleases you.
And he looks over at one of the goblins next to him and he throws the cup. Roll me a acrobatics check to see if you can catch it.
I don't know if I can do it.
Hits you in the head.
I don't know it.
Oh,
Eight plus something.
Okay. So.
It's probably not going to be
3 or a
terrible.
5.
Yeah.
3 or a 5.
It's a 3 or a 5. Probably a 3. I think I've got enough.
5.
Oh, lovely. I'll take
So
that.
plus 5. And so what is that total?
Total of 13.
13. So as this little goblin tosses a cup, you grab hold of it.
And I will, as this keg is just like
Pouring
bleeding out, I'm going to put my cup underneath it and say, well, any new experience, eh? Hold it up to the king, say, to your very good health. And I'll neck it.
Okay. Roll me a constitution saving throw.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
This is very, very strong ale.
I know, but I've never experienced ale from a keg golem, so I figure
Hell yeah.
When in Rome.
I'm playing into my my thing. 13 plus Constitution, so 13.
13. So it hits you relatively strong, and you can sort of feel it and you get a little bit tipsy. But fortunately, you are well versed in liquor enough, it seems, to be able to not get outright drunk from one of these cups. And as you sort of take it, are you going to like throw it to the ground and be like, or you're just going to drink it and be polite?
I think I'll do a little like on my violin, and I'll do a little merry jig, and then I'll just toss it into the crowd of goblins somewhere, like tossing my the winning football kind of thing.
Perfect.
Like a rock star tossing his
Yeah,
hat or
yeah.
something. Oh, I love that.
And as you do so, one of the little goblins that were on the side catches it, and they're like, yeah. And 3 goblins emerge from the portcullis, and they step forth, and they're like, if you would come with us.
Of course, lead the way.
And they lead you through the portcullis and through the chamber that the keg golem was being stored.
Looking at the golem as we go past it, is there anything of interest in the body of the golem? Any kind of?
It's made of wood and steel.
Cool.
And as you step into this room, it just smells of beer, and it looks like it's just a storing ground for the keg golem. They lead you out and through, and the buildings around here are remarkably well maintained. Other than once you pass like this holding chamber and you head up, you go through a relatively sort of opulent area. Everything is like satin and very purple and very bougie. And you get led through this building. And there were rooms to the sides. There's very little in terms of sort of ornaments and decorations and stuff. It's mostly just like this lovely fine silks and fabrics, and you end up at these double doors, and the goblins open the double doors, and you see the very handsome looking man sat on a little couch at the end, and he turns to you and he says, well, that was very entertaining. Now, I wish to have a word. It's been a while since we had companions of the non-goblin variation. My name is Harson, and I am the Goblin King. And I will end the session there.
Oh!
Yeah.
Of course he's handsome.
Yeah, of course he's handsome.
With bulging pants. What?
With bulging
Who
pants.
said that?
Awesome.
Awesome.
Let me just double check I've got that pronounced correctly.
As you track that,
Yeah, Harrison. HyRSAN.
HYRSAN.
M. for mother.
Oh, thank you.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Handsome Harson.
Handsome Harrison.
D20 modifier in the chat was absolutely loving it. Drunken Sprite takes out the golden keg. How fitting.
So, with that, I am going to start tallying up some experience points for everyone. If the viewers would like to stick around, I will be doing a straw poll, which you'll be able to vote in. So the way that I do the experience rundowns is that everyone will get a small blip of experience, which is 1/30th of the total experience required to level up. One of them will be a poll. So if you would like to vote for who your favourite character player was for this session for any reason whatsoever, I will put that out there, and the person who wins the most will get the experience blip. So we will be back in a couple of minutes once I do that calculation.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.
5. Sorry. Slip my
3,
finger.
2. Oh shit.
Okay, so I have calculated the experience for the encounter and the puzzles. So everyone will be receiving 157 experience points.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
That's a level
Wait,
up.
oh my god. How many did you need to level
That's a
up?
level up.
300.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
100 and how many?
157.
Oh my gosh. We have a comment. Shall I read it out?
Yes,
It's
please.
for everyone. So it's from D20 Modifier, our new biggest fan. No matter who does win, quote unquote, you all did great tonight. I enjoyed it immensely, and so did everyone else who was peeking over my shoulder. I'll be doing my best to tune in every session.
Ah, thank you very much.
Thank you for voting.
Thank you for voting. Yes,
Even though it wasn't
a
for
legitimate
me.
vote. You did have an illegitimate.
This is bias, totally not spite. It's 100% a real person.
Uh-huh.
He is
We know
a
you're a real-
legitimate fan.
We know you are a real
I
person.
don't know what
The
you're talking.
way you started to say that, it sounded like this is democracy manifest.
This is democracy manifest.
So I will keep the poll open just in case there's any last-minute voters whilst I do the rest of the calculations out. So everyone has 157. Did you say that is enough for somebody to be tipped over the edge?
I think it should be enough for all of us.
Everyone.
It was 300.
300.
Yeah, it should be all of us.
We're now
Yeah.
level 2.
Perfect.
Well,
We need to have a.
You do have to take some
Arrest,
downtime in order to do it in a safe environment to hone your
Rules.
skills. But
We could potentially do here.
you could potentially do it here,
If
depending
we-
on how this discussion goes.
If we impress the king.
So, that means
Take
that
it
all
from
of the blips going forward, since you have enough experience to level up, will now be worth 20 experience points.
Lovely.
So, I will begin the first blip, which I will put out to the players, which is the most creative use of a spell or ability. So, who do you, as players, believe had the most inventive use of an ability or spell this session?
I don't know.
using the
remember.
wings to pop a wheelie was pretty sick.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, was that me?
Yeah, no, it was me. I was like,
That was really cool. Oh,
That's all of the wings.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was cool.
that's pretty cool. Because it was so tiny. But
yeah, maybe.
No one knows.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like there were cooler things that happened.
okay.
I was
We started strong, and then we
I
just
don't
got
know, I liked
stronger.
it.
I always thought it was going to be something you did. I don't know what, but it was something you did.
Just had a good feeling.
As a whole, strong performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, you also like killed the dude. Which was
Yeah, no.
That's
That's twice I've actually
It
had
was
a
creative.
killing blow, but I didn't really do any of the groundwork, so I
It was
feel like
creative though.
Kills
'Cause
them.
you like
That-
flew up, you tried to get him from below, and then and you were drunk. I don't know. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That could be like heroic moment. That could be.
That's
that
true.
Yeah,
could be
we
our
do
second
have
one.
heroic
Okay.
or selfless or party goal.
Yeah. All right. So creative use of an ability.
Oh yeah, I mean
Spike?
that was
Oh,
cool. Yeah.
That was actually a cool roleplay moment with the spike.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah.
I'd vote for that.
And
Okay,
it's like a brand new ability.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was fun.
yeah.
That was good.
Fun.
perfect.
And it's useful in
Your
like.
spikes still haven't
theory
grown
work.
back yet. They will grow back in 24 hours. Just
I assume it's
Oh,
not.
Or
that's good.
4D periods. As
14
Yeah.
periods like that.
There's four Ds in a day.
So, in which case, I believe we're giving that out to Kyle.
Yeah.
So that is 20 bonus experience points for you.
Thank you very much.
Next up, we have heroic or selfless deed or furthering the party goals. I believe somebody put forward that to Alex.
Yeah.
Is anyone
Sounds good.
That was a
agreeing?
nice killing blow.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Perfect. In which case, Alex, that is 20 bonus experience points for you.
Yay.
So finally, for the players, we have the intangibles. Anything you thought was particularly fun, cool, anything at all that you think sort of doesn't fall in those categories that you feel somebody should be rewarded for.
Monique jumping the
Yeah, I was gonna
river.
say.
Oh,
The motorbike
yeah.
jump was pretty cool.
I was going to say Josh working out the puzzle because I did not.
That was
I would
awesome.
never.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Done that. I
That was
was
pretty
There's
like,
so many cool moments this session.
Yeah.
There were a
The
lot.
puzzle solving.
That was
Puzzle solving.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That was
We
clutch.
would have been there
Okay.
fucking forever.
None of us
Yeah,
thought
But to be
it.
honest,
It was
to
like
be honest, I would be happy to give up my blip for like furthering the party goal because he did actually help
That's a
us
good point.
solve the puzzle.
Yeah.
So I feel like it would be more fair to give mine to Josh.
We can flip the two if you'd like.
No. I feel like because I would vote for that. And if everyone else agrees, then that is democracy manifest.
I disagree. Let's share the last two then, and not.
Well, I don't know. Like, I mean.
Oh no, I think Josh is one.
Sure.
Yeah.
I will give Josh this one, and we'll have it split out. So you receive one of them, you receive the other,
Yeah.
and
Whichever way that
Yes.
works.
Yeah.
All right.
So Josh, you gain an extra 20 experience points in the book.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome. In which case, that takes us to ending the poll. So let me just finish that. Close the poll.
We had another chat.
D20.
D20AEL. Says, I told you I'd get my vote in. D20 mod, and I got my follow in.
Oh.
They
Thank
also
you for your follow-in.
voted.
Beautiful.
For me.
So I
My
have
first
completed
vote.
that. So the vote should be marked up as who won on the chat.
The poll resulted in a tie between Kim, Josh, Kyle.
Okay, well we're getting Kyle's vote. But there was a...
I apologize. Totally not Spike. They are clearly biased against you.
One day, someone legitimate is gonna vote for you, and you're gonna lose it because you're just gonna assume.
No one trusts it.
Perfect. In which case, since this is our first tie with two legitimate voters in there, I am going to split it. Going forwards, when we have a few more, I might, see if I can edge it out either ways.
Mm-hmm.
But we have two people, so it's never really gonna edge out that way, I'm afraid. So Josh, Kim, you both received 20 experience points.
20 each?
20 each.
Oh,
Lovely.
That's awesome. I thought we were going to have to share it.
Thank you, whoever voted for me.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow.
That's my first blip, I think.
Who voted for me?
No, I got a blip previously.
Um,
Who voted for you? DM modifier.
Dear modifier, thank you. I love you, whoever you are.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for visiting us at the Hodgepodge Tavern. We hope you enjoyed the adventure and will tune in with us next week. That is Tuesday at 7 p.m. UK time.
Yeah.
And if my players would like to also say something to kick us out.
Thank you for watching.
See you next week.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
Bye. Thank
Justice
you.
for Spike.